And good evening, everyone. Welcome to the shores of the Peshtigo River. Mike Lyons and Jake Scrivens as we're here for the Crivitz Wolverines taking on the Peshtigo Bulldogs in M&O Conference Football here on Bay Cities Radio. And Jake, a matchup of two teams that need a win.
Absolutely. You know, you're looking at the postseason right now, Mike, and the Peshtigo Bulldogs coming into the game with a 3-2 overall record, and the Crivitz Wolverines with a 2-3. Crivitz Wolverines on the short end of the stick, 4 games to play. Got to have 3 out of 4 to get into the playoffs. Peshtigo, they got to go 2-2 the rest of the way to get into the playoffs. So a little bit more pressure, I think, on the Wolverines tonight.
And for Peshtigo, they're loaded through the air.
Absolutely. You know, looking through the stats tonight, Justin Thill, the quarterback for the Peshtigo Bulldogs, 993 yards passing so far this season, and that's just about unheard of in M&O Conference football. And you got that many passing yards, but they're a two-headed giant with Kyle Goki rushing the ball at almost 600 yards so far this season, doing a great job of picking up that slack when maybe the pass isn't there.
And before tonight's game, we had a chance to talk to Crivitz quarterback Sebastian Atwood. We'll take just a few minutes and do that interview right now on Hits 96.
Eric Bergstrom here with the Crivitz Wolverines, Sebastian Atwood. Sebastian, thanks for joining me today.
Yeah, no sweat.
So a couple games ago, you injured your ankle. You played last week against Coleman. How's the ankle doing? How was it in the game, and how's it feeling now going into this week's game against Peshtigo?
It feels good. During the game, it was a little bit questionable, but it feels great now.
Your team has hit a rough stretch recently in the last few weeks. What do you think the team needs to do to get back on track?
We definitely need to focus and just work on the big picture more than individual stuff.
So you take on Peshtigo this week. What can we expect from them and in the game?
They're going to be tough, but I guess if we just bring our A game, it'll be a good showing.
On most teams, the quarterback is a leader. Do you consider yourself a leader, and what kind of responsibilities go along with that?
I'd like to consider myself a leader. As a team, we have a lot going on, and we just have to work together, and I help everyone with that.
On an individual basis, you wear number 2. Why'd you pick that number?
Oh, boy. I guess I've been number 2 since JV because that was the only number that they had. So I guess I stuck with it.
Who's your favorite NFL player?
I'd have to say it'd be Randall Cobb.
Why do you like him so much?
He's a hard worker, and he's just really good.
What's your favorite thing about playing high school football?
Jeez, it's the lights and the fans and everyone there. Just can't beat it.
Tyler Slavey said last week that you're the funniest guy on the team. Is that true? Is that true? And if so, what do you do to keep your team loose?
Well, thanks, Tyler. I guess I like to think I'm funny.
And modest, right?
I like to, yeah, throw in a few jokes here and there, but yeah, I just like to have fun.
Talk to me about the Crivitz student body. How important are they to the team?
They're great. They really support us, and you know, it's a small school, but we get a good turnout at most of our games, and school spirit's pretty great.
What kind of things go on at your school on game day?
It's just fun. You know, everyone's in their jerseys, and most of the school has their blue and gold on, and just can't beat it.
As far as who you play year in, year out, who's your biggest rival, do you think?
We have great competition. I'd say it's probably going to be this year Wasaki or Gillette.
Those are your toughest rivals?
Biggest games, but I'd say probably Peshtigo and Coleman would be our biggest rivals.
Yeah. Throughout, like, historically, like, as far as Crivitz goes, those are your biggest ones?
No, that's Wasaki, hands down.
Are you on Twitter at all? And what's your Twitter handle? I've been asking a lot of the athletes that.
It's at angry_SAB.
Nice. How'd you get that? How'd you come up with that one?
Oh, I went through a little, I don't know, it was weird. It popped up, I guess.
Okay. Well, Sebastian, thanks a lot for joining me today, and good luck on Friday.
All right, thanks.
Go west on 180 every holiday to save on cars and trucks every day. You're sure to save a bundle when you take that drive west on 180 to the riverside. You get to the roundabout, make sure you yield. Don't go straight 'cause it's all cornfields. Just turn left when you see that sign. Come on in to Riverside. We'll find what you're looking for. Just show up at our front door. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks. No overhead seats, you big bucks. Come take a ride if you dare. Out with the cows in the country air. You save big money on your next ride when you see your friends at Riverside. From the west, take 64 until you get to our front door in Marinette. You're sure to save a bundle when you take that drive. One way or another, get to Riverside. One way or another, get to Riverside.
Fall is coming up quick. Let the rental department at Crivitz Lumber help you get your lawn winter ready. Pick up your hardware, lumber, and paint to finish up those spring projects you put off all summer. Crivitz Lumber can have you ready for the holiday season. Check out the variety of household appliances. Don't let the snow sneak up on you. Stop by Crivitz Lumber for help designing and planning your projects. Crivitz Lumber, located on Main Street in Crivitz. Visit on Facebook or crivitzlumber.com.
Back at Peshtigo High School, the Peshtigo Bulldogs about to take on the Crivitz Wolverines. And Jake, let's set the table for the Crivitz Wolverines.
You know, as far as the Crivitz Wolverines are concerned, the last couple of games, not producing a lot of offense. I think that's the number one key for them tonight is to generate some offense and get the running backs, get the passing game going, just get all aspects of the game going. They got to still play good defense, and especially against a pass-happy Peshtigo Bulldogs team. You know, going over to the Peshtigo Bulldogs, same thing. They need to establish that run, I think, first and foremost. Get the running holes open. That opens up the passing game. Gets 8, 9 in the box in a high school game. You know, that's going to make it or break it for them tonight as well. And then preventing Crivitz on that big play. You know, we've said the last couple of weeks of following Crivitz around, they have that potential of a big play. Deep downfield, Sebastian Atwood's got a great arm. He's got a good core of receivers to throw to. That's one of their big methods. They just haven't been able to get that big play, and Peshtigo just needs to eliminate it tonight.
Well, you know, a lot of eyes in the M&O conference are down the road over at Coleman as Coleman takes on Gillett. That game could be a big decider of who's the M&O conference champion.
Absolutely. You know, you look at both of those teams coming in undefeated. Gillett getting a win over Wasaki last week, and Coleman with a big victory over Crivitz at 47-0. So, you know, Crivitz has something to prove here tonight to stay in this race, put Peshtigo possibly out of the race, but then Peshtigo looking to stay in the race as well and get a victory, and you know, hopefully some help down the way. But it's Coleman and Gillett for the title tonight.
Well, as you look at these two teams, we've been talking playoffs, as you said, still they've got a chance here to move one way or the other, but a win is necessary tonight.
Absolutely. You know, you need to get one step closer to that playoff berth, and 5 wins will get you there. Crivitz on the short end of that with 4 games to play. They need 3 out of 4. And Peshtigo 3-2 so far. They need 2 out of the next 4. So, you know, Crivitz has got some pressure tonight, and it's a big game for both teams.
Menza and Zach Heating and Cooling supports the M&O Conference, wishing good luck to all the teams tonight. And Dr. Jeffrey O'Rear providing your family with quality and friendly dental services. New patients welcome. Dr. Jeffrey O'Rear proudly supports the M&O Conference and wishes the Peshtigo Bulldogs good luck. Both teams have been introduced on the field. The Crivitz Wolverines individually announced, and at Peshtigo, as is their tradition, they were all announced as a team, and they came running onto the field as a team, so keeping that concept going. As we look at tonight's game, it's one of those battles where the team that wins has their season still ahead of them, and it might be bad news for the other team. So getting ready to kick off, Micah Sessler is putting the ball up at the 40-yard line. And back deep is Goki for the Peshtigo Bulldogs. So we're just about ready to get underway. Here the Peshtigo Bulldogs to receive. Crivitz will be kicking off to start tonight's game. So Sessler gets a look at his team. He's waiting for the official to blow his whistle. And there is the whistle, so we are set to get underway. And here's the kickoff. It's a high pop-up. That's going to go out of bounds at about the 35-yard line, so I don't think there's going to be much of a choice, maybe a yard, and the official comes out to the 35-yard line. He says that's where it went out. Procedure penalty. Kickoff goes out of bounds, and Peshtigo will take the ball with 5 extra yards, 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. So Peshtigo That's what I thought. 35-yard line. We're coming out to the 40, and I didn't think there was going to be any difference in what they chose, whether it was the spot or the penalty. It's at the 35-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Justin Thill at the quarterback, 900-plus yards so far this season. He'll have 2 wide receivers to the right. One of them, Isaac Ellie. And looks like Matt Miller in the shotgun. Crivitz comes across. This looks like encroachment. And just waiting to see from our officials. It's a 5-yard penalty. So Peshtigo will start at the 40-yard line, courtesy of the 5-yard mark-off. And it's 1st and 10. No time has run off the clock. We're here in the first quarter, just underway. Crivitz and Peshtigo at Peshtigo. Thill back in the shotgun. Pressure coming. Pass deep downfield. Intended for Matt Miller. Miller was open. He had a couple of steps on his defender, Tyler Allen, but the ball is overthrown. He threw that in the air about 45, 50 yards straight down the field, Justin Thill, but it's incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 5 at the 40-yard line.
A nice pass by Thill right there. Tight spiral down the field and just an arm's length away from Matt Miller, and a big play right off the bat for Peshtigo.
2nd down and 5. Same formation. Twin receiver, handoff Goki up the middle. He's got some running room. Slips at the 50. Now starts to break at 45, 40. He's got a chance to go down the sideline. 10, 5, touchdown. And there goes Kyle Goki. Kyle Goki goes on a 60-yard touchdown run with 11:33 to go in the first quarter. And on their second play from scrimmage, Peshtigo goes into the end zone for the score. He broke through the line of scrimmage at the 45-yard line. At the 50, he kind of almost fell, regained his footing, sprinted to the outside, and outraced the defense to the end zone for the touchdown. So coming in to attempt the extra point, it's Bohazik. Kick is good. So with the extra point, Peshtigo takes the 7-0 lead with 11:38 to go in the first quarter. We'll be back after this on Hits 96.
Let me tell you, Advanced Motors, located in Coleman, has AMSOIL for all your motorcycle, ATV, marine, and vehicle needs. AMSOIL, the first in synthetics. Are you or your student moving? Advanced Motors, a U-Haul dealer, also carries packing and moving supplies for all your needs. Stop in or call today at 920-897-2677. That's 920-897-2677. That's right.
And we're back at Peshtigo. Just underway, as we said, 11:38, just 2 plays in. Peshtigo has the lead at 7-0.
And right off the bat there, Mike, a deep ball down the middle of the field for a pass that was just overthrown. Like we said in the pregame, set up that run. Well, they did it in a big way in a 60-yard scamper by Kyle Goki.
Aiden Bohazik will be attempting the kickoff. And he gets the whistle. He approaches the football, and the kick is in the air. And it's going to be grabbed by, it looks like Kwiatkowski at the 20, 25, 30, out to about the 35-yard line. Seth Kwiatkowski gets it to they're going to call it let's see if they put it right at the 35. So both teams will have started at the same field position at the 35-yard line. And Crivitz will have ball for the first time. And Sebastian Atwood will bring out his team. Chapman up close. Tyler Slaby in the back of the eye. Wide receivers to the right and left. Atwood barks out the signals. Handoff. Slaby on the right side. Has a little running room. Flag on the play. And he's tackled at about the 40-yard line, but the flag is right there at the 40. Got a feeling it's going to be a hold. And the head official comes over to this side of the field, and he says holding against Crivitz. That'll be a 10-yard penalty. The umpire right in the middle of the defense called that one. And that'll be a spot foul, so that's 10 yards. And it'll be really a loss of 5, even though it's a 10-yard penalty. So the gain is negated, and it starts with a 5-yard loss. It'll be 1st and 15 back at the 30-yard line. Atwood back in under center. Hands up. Chapman straight ahead, slipped a little bit, and he's going to gain about 3 yards before he's brought to a stop. Straight up the middle, hard yardage by Chapman. Made a little harder with the slip. And it looks like Cam Lepkowski is in on the stop. I was told I had to say his name right tonight, so I think it was his dad. I'm not sure. 2nd down and 13. Ball is at about the 33-yard line, almost the 34, but it's a long 13. Wide receivers to the right and left. Atwood under center. The pitch to Slaby on the right side, has some running room. Going to be close and does pick up the 1st down. That was just an option pitch, and Atwood pitched it around the side. And they're going to say he's out of bounds at about the 44-yard line, so he's going to end up about 3 yards short. It looked like he, on the far side of the field, that he had dove about 4 yards farther, but he must have stepped out of bounds, so it's 3rd and about 2, so we're going to give him a gain of 11 yards on that. Atwood back in under center. Slaby coming in motion. Pitch. No, he decides to keep it. Atwood keeps it, and he's down at the 45-yard line. He's going to be 3 yards short. No gain on the play. Had Slaby on the option pitch, decided to keep it to the inside. And it'll be 4th down and a long 2, almost 3, at the 44-yard line. Peshtigo has 2 deep to receive the punt from Micah Sessler. Ball's hiked back to Sessler. He puts a foot into it. End over end. It's going to bounce. And it's going to go down inside the 15 to about the 12-yard line. Getting dangerously close there was Austin May. You don't want to be moving too close to a bouncing football. But Peshtigo will take over 1st and 10. This will be at the 12-yard line.
On that right there, too, Mike, yeah, just like you said, Austin May getting awfully close there, and I bet you he's going over to the sideline right now, and the coach is going to say, that ball is on the ground, you're not going to take it and run it up the field, get out of the way. Don't have anything stupid happen on a, long punt like that by Sessler.
Peshtigo comes out, trips to the left side, 1 to the right, waiting for the official. And we're set to go. Phil in the shotgun, Goki behind. Pass over to the left side. Complete. And coming out near the 1st down marker, Austin May on the catch. He's going to gain about 9.5 yards on the pass play. 2nd down and 1 as the ball rests at about the 22-yard line. Phil back to pass. Has some pressure. Eludes it. Starts rolling to his right. Now cuts it up. Spins. Gains the 1st down. He's across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So running for his life, and it worked pretty well for a gain of 11 yards on the play. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Peshtigo at the 33-yard line. So Phil was able to break away from the pressure. The pressure came from Daniel O'Hearn. He's been moving along on the left side. He's been in the backfield, just hasn't gotten home for the Crivitz Wolverines. Double receivers right and left. Phil hands it off. Goki. And right away with a quick stop coming across. O'Hearn, there he is again. Able to get Goki wrapped up in the backfield for maybe a gain of a yard. Second down and 9. Referees make sure everybody's set. Peshtigo goes without a huddle. They run the spread, and then they've got the field spread out. 2 receivers to the right, now 2 in the backfield with Thill. Thill, hands off. This is going to be Goki, and he's going to be wrapped up, maybe gets to the line of scrimmage. Tyler Slaby comes in for the stop. We're going to call that no gain. It'll be third down and a long 9 for the Bulldogs. 7:33 to go in the first quarter. Peshtigo leads at 7-0 on a 60-yard run by Kyle Goki on the second play from scrimmage.
O'Hearn back in there on that tackle, too. A gang tackle by the Wolverines, kind of stopping that run after that first big play.
Phil looks at his wristband. He's got the play from the sideline. Looks over the defense. Crivitz in a deep zone. Pass to the left side. Complete. It looks like to Romanesco. And he comes across the 40 and across the 45-yard line. And he's going to have the first down with a gain of 12 yards. And he got a lot of that on second effort as he rolled across the 40 and then pulled a tackler all the way to the 45-yard line, where Peshtigo will have it first and 10. So Crivitz has made some stops, but they haven't been able to slow down Peshtigo quite yet. Phil barks out the signals. Keeps it himself straight up the middle, has some running room across the 50 to about the 47-yard line. A gain of 7 yards on the play. It'll be second down and about 3. Kingsford leads Menominee 10-7 with about 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. A big game in the Great Northern Conference. Menominee, one of the top teams, is the top team in the state in their division. Phil back to pass. Almost picked off and complete and having some running room. Here he goes down the sidelines. And I didn't catch the number. I believe it's number 22. Austin May goes down, 32, sorry, Jeremy Van Voren. Couldn't see his number. He got a swing pass to the right side, spun it back and went down 47 yards for the touchdown. So Thill to Jeremy Van Voren for the second score of the game. Peshtigo setting up for the extra point. And they're going to what to the unconventional setup for their 2-point conversion. Everybody to the left, a couple of people to the right, and it doesn't work. And we are at 13-0. 5:59 to go. We'll be back in 30 on Hits 96.
Badger Credit Union is pleased to sponsor high school sports and wishes best of luck to all area teams. Badger Credit Union is proud to be a part of the community. Become a member if you live or work in Marin, Menominee, or Oconto counties. See them for all types of mortgage loans, auto, vacation, and unsecured loans. They also have debit and ATM cards, share draft, share accounts, and term accounts. Take advantage of no-fee checking for students and senior citizens. Badger Credit Union, 870 Frontage Road, Peshtigo.
2 big plays, and the Peshtigo Bulldogs have a 13-0 lead. Jake, that was just a little pass to the outside that turned into a big play.
Absolutely, right there. And the Wolverine cornerback that was on that play tried to jump the route, just missed the ball, didn't get quite a hand on it to disrupt that to Van Voren, and Van Voren made a nice play and had daylight in front of him and made it hurt.
So in the second quarter, it's Kingsford 17, Menominee 7. Ball is kicked, and it's going to be Kwiatkowski at about the 20-yard line. Comes out to about the 25. The ball was dropped when he first tried to catch it, picked it back up. That slowed his return, and Crivitz will have it first and 10 at the 25-yard line. So Crivitz with their second possession Let's see if they can get something rolling. Peshtigo has the 13-0 lead. Two big plays, a 60-yard Kyle Goki run and a 47-yard pass from Thill to Van Voren, and it's 13-0. So here comes Atwood. Handoff, Chapman straight up the middle. Short yardage, maybe a pair off of that one. Gang tackling by the Bulldogs. They close down the middle. Coming across number, looks like Lepkowski on the stop. It'll be a gain of, we'll give him 2 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 8 at the 27-yard line. Crivitz does huddle, unlike Peshtigo. Atwood has an eye behind him. Receivers right and left. Pitch goes to Slaby on the right side. Sidesteps a tackler and gains maybe another yard or 2 on the pitch to the right side. We'll give him another 2 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 6, just shy of the 30-yard line. So Crivitz in need of a 1st down. Clock is rolling. 4:43 to go in the first quarter. Here come the Wolverines. One receiver left, one right, one in the backfield. Chapman behind Atwood. Back to pass. Atwood throws it across, and it's almost picked off. Standing right there was Kyle Goki. That pass, if it gets by Goki, it's a touchdown. He had a wide open receiver, Ryan Padgett, breaking across the middle of the field. Goki was there. Nice vertical leap and knocked that one down at the 50-yard line. So it's punting time again for the Crivitz Wolverines. Micah Sessler dropping back in punt formation. Austin May and Goki back deep for the Bulldogs. They're standing at about the 35-yard line. Punt is on the ground, but it's up in the air now. And it's going to roll at about the 35 down to the 31-yard line. This time both May and Goki stand quite a ways away from it. And Peshtigo will take over 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. So Peshtigo, with a couple of quick hitters, have that lead at 13-0, trying to add on to it right here on this drive. So 1st and 10. The Bulldogs come out, no huddle. Twin receivers right and left. Goki behind Thill in the shotgun. Thill hands off. Goki hit the backfield, spins, maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Coming up underneath, it looks like Nicholas Chapman was there for the stop. We're going to give him maybe a half a yard, so they're going to call it a yard. And it's not much of a yard. It's 2nd down and 9. Ball still at the 31-yard line. Menominee with a big 75-yard kickoff return, and then 3 plays later, Zach Giese goes into the end zone, and now it's 17-14. Menominee trails Kingsford. Back to pass. Thill gets it over to Matt Miller. Miller fumbles the ball. It's down on the ground, and Crivitz is going to dive on it. Number 54, Alex Zenel, falls on the football at the 36-yard line. So this is a break for the Crivitz Wolverines. They have great field position at the Peshtigo 37-yard line. Miller had the pass, tried for some extra yardage, and I didn't see who made the play on the strip, but they stripped the ball out, and Zenel dropped on it for the Wolverines. 3:30 to go in the first quarter. Crivitz. Handoff, Chapman. Tough running up middle, drags a couple of tacklers. He's going to have about 5 yards straight up the middle. Goki on the stop after a gain of 5. So Crivitz with a little bit of a hop in their step right now. We'll call it 2nd down. We're going to give them 6 on that. Little bit more than we thought. 2nd down and 4. That ball's going to be resting right at the 30-yard line. Atwood looks. Hands off. Slaby, and he's grabbed in the backfield and coming across quickly. See if I can get his number right there. Number 75, Gavin Forsberg, came zooming across, dropped him for a loss of 2 yards. I'll give it a yard, make it 3rd and 6 at the 32-yard line. Definitely 4-down territory, I would think, for the Wolverines. They break huddle. Atwood barks the signals. Pitch, Slaby on the right side, has some running room, cuts it up, spins, and he's nailed right about the first down marker. And coming over about a yard short, the ball's going to be resting at about the 27-yard line. It's 4th and inches. Didn't see who made the hit over there for Peshtigo, but when he hit him, Slaby stopped definitely. Gain of 6 yards on the play.
Looked like Alex Harper coming off the pile there, Mike, and a big hit. Slaby does that spin move and has his back turned towards the end zone and just gets crushed. That's a dangerous spin move to get hit that hard right in the back like that.
Referees are going to take a break to take a look at the spot of the football. Visit North Motorsports, the area's full-line dealer of Honda, Can-Am, Ski-Doo, Sea-Doo, and Snapper outdoor products. From their friendly sales staff to the certified service technicians, they've got you covered. North Motorsports, 3711 10th Street in Menominee, or give them a call at 906-863-5592. And for all your automotive repair needs, Advanced Motors, your AmSoil dealer for ATVs, snowmobile, and marine needs. Advanced Motors in Coleman. And Kane, driving the game to you as the #1 truck destination north of Green Bay. Kane Chevrolet Buick GMC Ocado, Marinette. You're listening to M&O Conference Football on WSFQ Peshtigo, Marinette, Menominee. 152 and rolling here to go in the first quarter. That measurement came up about a fraction of a football short. And so Crivitz will go on 4th and less than 1 at the 37-yard line. Atwood calls the signals. He goes straight forward, and he gets a push from behind by Nicholas Chapman. Going to be close, but it looks like he's got it from our vantage point. The chain people are moving already, and it's first down. So we'll give him a gain of a full yard, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wolverines. A big first down for the Wolverines at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, Mike, their first one of the night so far, and a big one nonetheless. Coming off that fumble by Peshtigo, good field position here. Crivitz starting to get a little bit of that momentum back. Peshtigo holding most of it in their pocket right now, but on that 3rd and half a yard, they bring up the chains, 2 or 3 lengths to go, and good job by Sebastian Atwood just to take that 6'6" frame and jump over the pile and get the first down.
Under a minute to go in the first quarter. Atwood, we have a whistle.
Too many men?
A delay of game.
Oh.
So that's going to cost the Wolverines 5 precious yards back out to the 30. And in delay of game against Crivitz, there's the 5-yard mark off. And we're ready to go. Referee blows his whistle. So Atwood already has plays at the line of scrimmage. Coming in motion is Slaby. Back to pass, Atwood over the top. Intended for number 85, Tyler Allen, and Allen had it go right through his hands. Coming over to make a hit was Alex Harper. So it's going to be 2nd down and 15 at the 30-yard line. Atwood had an open receiver. Allen just let it go through his hands. Sessler coming out of the game, and he's got a little bit of a hop in his step, and it looks like he's got his calf taped over here, so I don't know if it's just a breather or something's going on there. Handoff, Slaby, tough running, straight up the middle. He's going to gain maybe a yard. He gets if that, on the play. Gavin Forsberg coming across for the stop, so we'll give him a gain of 1. It'll be 3rd and 14 at the 29-yard line. And we have 32 seconds and rolling. So Crivitz will have to stamp this one before the end of the quarter. Likely will be our last play of the first quarter. Atwood has Chapman behind him. Back to pass. Looking, throwing. Has Sessler, and it's through his hands, and Harper was there to break it up. So it'll be 4th and 14 at the 29-yard line. Still 11.4 seconds to go. There's 2 passes that definitely were there for the Crivitz Wolverines. They just go through their hands. It'll bring up 4th and 13.
Yeah, right there, Mike. Crivitz Wolverines receivers got to catch the ball. They got to come down with that. That's big for a quarterback to put that ball right on the money in the hands. You got to come up with that catch. Makes this 4th down a lot shorter. It wouldn't have been a 1st down, but it would have given them 7 or 8 yards and a little bit more manageable.
Atwood at the controls. Back to pass. Looking, screen pass. Slaby has some running room. He's got it, and he might be gone. Down the sideline, touchdown. Beautifully executed screen pass by the Crivitz Wolverines, covers 29 yards, and Tyler Slaby goes into the end zone. It was a beautiful screen. They let the defense come in. Atwood tossed it over their heads to Slaby. Slaby did the rest, getting to the right corner, and down he went into the end zone. That coming with 0.3 seconds to go in the first quarter. So here comes the extra point attempt. Kick is up, and it is good. So the kick is good, and it's 13-7 with Peshtigo still in the lead. We'll take a quick break and be back with more on Hits 96.
Mother Nature. Or human nature. Are you protected from the unexpected? An American Family Insurance agent can help you determine how much and what type of coverage is right for you. Call today for your free personal insurance review so you can check it off your list and off your mind. Call Pat Robbins at 715-582-4631. Your local American Family Insurance agent.
13-7 is our score. We have 0.3 seconds to go in the first quarter. So Crivitz was able to answer Peshtigo's early surge, and they get back in the game with a 29-yard pass play from Sebastian Atwood to Tyler Slaby on the screen. Set to kick off for the Wolverines, and it's not Sessler, so stepping forward. The kick is in the air. It's a short kickoff. Going to be grabbed, and he was on his knee at the 29-yard line. And that was Goki. And he put his knee down at the 29-yard line where Peshtigo will have it, 1st and 10. As we start the second quarter, we'll be back with more on Hits 96.
Are you still shivering from last year's energy bills? BJ's Heating and Air Conditioning will help. Call 715-927-5656 for full service, including tune-ups on your existing system, repair, replacement, or new construction. The number again is 715-927-5656. Whether it's an upgrade or a tune-up, BJ's Heating and Air Conditioning has a solution. 24/7 service for your convenience. Call 715-927-5656. That's BJ's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Looking for a credit union that truly cares about you and the community you live in? Then you ought to stop and see the folks at Bayshore Credit Union. Membership is open to anyone living or working in Marinette, Menominee, and Oconto County. Whether it's everyday banking, a new auto loan, new mortgage, even a consolidation loan, they can help. And it's never too early to start establishing good credit. Bayshore Credit Union, located at 1514 Cleveland Avenue, Marinette. They're looking forward to meeting you.
Ready to start the second quarter. Peshtigo leads it 13-7, and they'll have the football on their own 29-yard line. So the whistle set, ready to play. Peshtigo has trip receivers to the right, one to the left. Thill in the shotgun. Goki behind him. They all check their wristbands as the play is called over from the sideline. Thill set. And keeps it himself around the right side. Has a had a little running room, but he's going to be dragged down after a gain of about 2 or 3 yards, coming across May Thomas on the stop after a gain of 5 yards. So it'll be 2nd and 5 with the ball at the 34-yard line. A little bit of a belly option and then the read option, and Phil kept it. Everybody thought it was going to Goki on the other side. Phil, again, same play, comes to the right side. Gains maybe 2 or 3 yards. Stop there made by Daniel O'Hearn. And that's a gain of about 3 yards. So it'll be 3rd down and 2 with the ball resting at the 37-yard line. Peshtigo leads it 13-7. 11 minutes to go in the first half of play. So everybody from Peshtigo checks their wristbands. It's kind of fun to watch. They all look together. Then everybody gets set. Phil with Goki in the backfield. Everybody set. Ball's on the ground, and falling on it is Phil. A low snap. Phil had to reach down and had no choice but to fall on the football. Loss of about 5 yards on the play. And it'll bring up 4th down and 8. So it looks like punting formation for the Peshtigo Bulldogs.
You know, Mike, on that too, Samuel Spink breaking through the line for the Crivitz Wolverines, and a good job to get through that line and not let that play turn into a broken play gain. You know, good job covering up Phil on that botched snap.
Looks like Peshtigo was thinking about going for it, and now they're going to call a timeout. 10:05 remains here in the first half, and Peshtigo leads it 13-7. Acer Flooring, located in Peshtigo, Wisconsin, is the world's leading manufacturer of hardwood flooring. Acer's true northern hardwood flooring can be found around the globe in sport and recreation venues, residential and commercial projects. Acer proudly supports the Peshtigo Bulldogs. Sky Harbor 2 Restaurant and Motel Rentals wishes both teams good luck tonight. Stop in for lunch or dinner, located just north of Crivitz on 141. And BPM looks forward to a successful football season for the Bulldogs. BPM specializes in manufacturing fine papers for the printing industry and the production of flexible packaging papers for the food and candy industries. All the best to the Peshtigo football players and coaches. So here's Peshtigo in punt formation. Rugby-style kick, crosses the 40, and Kitkowski's going to let it roll, and roll it does, all the way back to the 23-yard line. So a nice punt by Peshtigo. It'll give Crivitz the ball at the 20, they're going to call it the 23-24-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wolverines, down 13-7 here in the second quarter. So a little bit of back and forth. The first 2 punches came from Peshtigo, a counter punch by Crivitz, and we're set here for more action. Sebastian Atwood looks over the defense. He's got 2 receivers to the right, now 1 in motion, that being Sessler. Ball is on the ground, and it's covered up by Slaby. Almost the same thing. That ball, just the pitch from Atwood to Slaby was not a good one, and it's going to result in a loss of about 6 yards. So it'll be 2nd and long at the 17-yard line, 2nd and 16. Clock continues to roll. 9:27 and counting the first half. See if Crivitz goes to the air. Atwood has receivers right, left. Back to pass, rolls to his left, in the air. Going for Allen. This one is incomplete. And Allen goes down at the 37-yard line. And he's injured, so we will take a break. 9:03 to go in the first half. 13-7 Peshtigo in the lead.
Crivitz Auto Parts in Dyer Street in Crivitz carries quality CarQuest parts. Is your car in need of repair? See Crivitz Auto Parts, your authorized CarQuest dealer. Some of their featured products include
batteries, spark plugs, filters, brakes, new water pumps, and so much more. Come check out everything Crivitz Auto Parts, your local CarQuest dealer, has to offer, located on Dyer Street in Crivitz. Good luck to all teams in the M&O Conference.
Hi, this is Paul, CEO of the Menominee County Federal Credit Union. We are proud to sponsor high school sports on Bay Cities Radio, and we encourage all of you to support high school athletics as well. We know there's no better way for our young people to learn the lessons of life than by competing in sports. The Menominee County Federal Credit Union, where you dream the dream, will help make it come true, with locations in Powers, Kearney, Stevenson, and Menominee. Persons living or working in Marinette and Menominee counties are eligible for membership.
So Tyler Allen comes off the field under his own power, and he looks to be walking okay. We're not really sure what happened there. He went up to catch the pass, came down, and landed on the ground and stayed there. But we'll hope everything's okay as he's getting a drink on the sideline. Crivitz has twin receivers to the right, one to the left. They have Slaby in the backfield, Atwood in the shotgun. Looking over the defense, back to pass, looking deep across the middle, and almost intercepted coming across the middle was Connor Smith. Connor Smith was standing right at the 30-yard line, and it went through his hands. If he catches that, he's probably gone to the end zone. 4th and 16 for Crivitz.
Yeah, nice pass there by Atwood. Once again, it just had a guy underneath that. You don't quite see that, and it almost looks like Peshtigo kind of ran a zone there. Maybe a 4 over the top, just underneath that. Receiver got behind him and just, pass was there. The receiver was open, but there was a defender right in front of him.
They always say late over the middle is not good, and it was almost not good for Crivitz. Sessler's back deep in formation. He gets the kick off. It's a high floater. Bouncing and rolling out of bounds at about the 45-yard line in Crivitz territory. So Peshtigo will have it. 1st and 10 at the Crivitz 45-yard line. So still lots of time to go here in the first half. 8:55. 13-7. Peshtigo has the lead over the Crivitz Wolverines. So Peshtigo hurries to their offensive positions. They will not huddle. Phil takes a look at the defense, and now they look at their wristbands. So everybody's set for the play. Phil looks in the shotgun. Goki behind him. Pass goes up and out of bounds, intended for Matt Miller over on the right sidelines. That one way over the head of Miller. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 at the 45-yard line. Crivitz was there defensively. That pass just way over his head. So again, Peshtigo. Twin receivers to the wide right and left. 2 in the wing. And we have a whistle. And the official, I don't know what I think there's going to be a conversation between the head official and the back judge, and they're going to say, did you reset the clock? And there seems to be some agreement. Okay, we've got the time reset on the clock. That's what the problem was. So now we're all set to go. 2nd and 10 at the 45-yard line. Peshtigo trying to add to their lead. They lead it 13-7, and there's a false start on the tight end, or the right tackle, for the Peshtigo Bulldogs. That'll cost them 5 yards.
And the first blemish in the penalty department for the Bulldogs so far tonight, Mike.
So the ball rests right at midfield. Still 2nd down, but now 2nd and 15. Just a little bit of a hurry on that one. Getting set for the snap. Thill back in the shotgun. Looks at Goki, keeps it around the right side. They like that play. And Thill gains across the 45 down to about the 43-yard line. Going to gain 7 yards on the play. Something they must have saw on tape. They keep that belly option working, and it's picking up about 6 or 7 yards a crack. It'll be 3rd down and 7. The ball is at the 42-yard line. So Peshtigo looking to pick up a 1st down to keep this drive going. Hand off to Goki on the right side. Has a little running room. Flag on the play. There's going to be a hold. And I believe Matt Miller had a hold of somebody on the right side. And that's going to be a 10-yard penalty. So it's going to be, they need 7, and that penalty flag is right about where the yard marker is. So that looks like that's going to be a full 10 yards from there. So it could be 3rd and 17 if they take it, and they will. So the step off by the official goes 10 yards, and it's from the spot, which we said. So it'll be 3rd and 17. The ball is on now on the Peshtigo side of the field at the 48-yard line. Exactly 8 minutes to go in the first half of play. Peshtigo has a 6-point lead at 13-7. Back to pass. Thill launches it down the sideline. And incomplete. Had it in his hands. Jake Romanesco. It was a beautiful pass. Romanesco turned, had it in his hand. When he hit the ground, the ball came out. And so that's an incomplete pass. It'll be 4th and 17 at the 47-yard line.
And that too right there, Mike. Ryan Paget on the coverage for the Wolverines needs to turn around on that. That could have been easily picked off. It was right at his breadbasket and just didn't turn around on that. Romanesco almost made a great play.
Punt formation for the Bulldogs. Rugby-style kick is blocked. And I do believe that Travis Kudik is the one who got his hands on the football. And that'll turn the field position back around for Crivitz. They'll have it 1st and 10 at the Peshtigo 42-yard line. That rugby-style kick, that is a nice kick. It does bounce quite a bit. You get a lot of extra yardage, but you run right into defense, and that's what happened that time for Peshtigo. So
good job by the Wolverines there just to put some pressure on there. You also had Charles Johnson on there, Travis Kudik, who blocked the punt, and one other Wolverine. I didn't quite catch who it was, too.
So Wildcat formation for the Wolverines. May Thomas coming around the outward. Levi May Thomas came around the right side. Peshtigo was ready for that. A loss of about 3 yards on the play. So Atwood came out. They went with Levi May Thomas, who lost, well, we're going to say 4 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 14 at the 47-yard line. And we're still in the same position. Levi May Thomas at the controls. Back to pass. In trouble. Now decides to keep it. And he's going to be tackled in behind the line of scrimmage. Coming across was Jeremy Van Voren. So we're going to say no gain on the play as he reached forward for May Thomas. It'll be 3rd down and 14. And Atwood back into the game. Also coming in along with him is Ryan Paget. Might be a throwing down for the Wolverines. 3rd and 14. They're in Peshtigo's side of the field at the 47-yard line. Back to pass. In trouble. Atwood is going to be corralled and sacked at about the 48-yard line, so a loss of 5 yards on the play as Peshtigo brought the house, and coming over, Cam Lepkowski is over there for the stop. So it'll be a 4th down for the Wolverines, and see if they decide to punt and force Peshtigo deep into their territory. Sessler is in, drops it into punt formation. Goki and Austin May back deep for the Bulldogs. Ball's in the ground, but Sessler is able to get it away. With it is May. Breaks across the 20 to about the 25-yard line, where he's drilled by Liam Yohe. Liam Yo makes up the 25-yard line, so it's 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. They'll start at the 25-yard line. 5:11 to go in the first half play. At Menominee, Kingsford leads Menominee 17-14 at the half. Menominee was down on the 1-yard line just before the half ended and couldn't get it in, so it's 17-14. Kingsford in the lead, a battle of GNC Titans. Here's Thill on the right side, has a little bit of running room. He's going to gain about 2 or 3 yards on that read option again. We'll give him a good 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Crivitz substituting. Allen's coming out. And coming into the game, Trevor May. Thill in the shotgun. Goki behind him, back to pass. Thill in with trouble. Finds a wide open receiver on the sidelines. Catching it is Jake Romanesco. Romanesco has it. He's out to about the 40-yard line. So a gain of, well, let's see. It was at the 29 to the 40, a gain of 11 yards on the play. 1st and 10 as Thill scrambled, kept the play alive. Crivitz had the pressure, but he was able to sneak away. Thill brings the team up. Twin receivers to the right, 1 to the left, 2 in the backfield. Handoff goes straight up the middle to Austin May. Gets about 2 or 3 yards. Stop coming across Zennel for a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6 with the ball resting at the 44-yard line. 13 and Peshtigo has the lead over the Crivitz Wolverines. Peshtigo taking a little while. You can hear the play being yelled all the way over here. Whatever 17 is, that's what they called. Thill keeps it straight up the middle. Going to gain about another 2 yards. It'll be 3rd and 4 at the 47-yard line. Samuel Spink coming over with the stop. It'll be 3rd and 4. So, Crivitz looking to make a stop, keep this game close. Peshtigo looking to pick up a 1st down and maybe add to their lead. Thill gets the snap, hands it to Goki. He's going to have the 1st down. He gains 5 yards on the play. So it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Peshtigo Bulldogs in Crivitz territory at the 48-yard line. So 1st and 10, the clock is rolling. 3:10. Peshtigo going to have to pick up the tempo just a little bit, but with the arm of Thill, it doesn't take long to score. So Thill in the backfield has Goki behind him. Trip receivers to the right. Back to pass. Thill throws a nice little pass to Matt Miller over the middle, and he's going to bring it down to about the 33-yard line. Miller went up, had it, didn't have it, and then corralled it again. Gain of 14 yards and a 1st down for the Bulldogs at the 33-yard line. So nice concentration by Matt Miller as he was bouncing that football around, but when he fell, it landed right on top of him. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Thill, same formation. Back to pass. Looking, heading towards the end zone. Caught by number 22, Austin May, down at about the 6 or 7 yard line. They're going to say the 7 yard line. That's 26 yards on the pass. on the pass play. Kwiatkowski on the stop. 2:22 on the scoreboard. First and goal at about the 7-yard line for the Peshtigo Bulldogs. Lots of time. Can run several plays here and still milk the clock. Phil looks over the defense. Handoff. Straight up the middle to Gokia. There's several flags on the play. And I think this is going to cost Peshtigo 10 yards. Holding, they're going to say legal use of hands. And that's going to move them back 10 yards from about the 8, so about the 18-yard line. So a loss of about 11 yards because it's from the spot. It'll be first and goal from the 16 or 17-yard line. Goki in the backfield. Austin May to the right wing. Two more receivers set out wide to the right. Over here on the left, Jake Romanesco. Phil looks at his wristband. Has to look again as the coach is barking the play from the sideline. Phil looks. Back to pass. It's complete. This will be Austin May. Goes out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. Little bubble screen to the right side. He picks up about 4 yards. That'll bring up a second down and goal at about the 11 or 12-yard line. Well, it almost looks like the 14-yard line. Phil gets the snap. It's over his head, and it's on the ground and covered up by the Crivitz Wolverines. So Crivitz, fumble on the snap picked up by Arthur Dema at the 27-yard line. So fumble on the snap goes over the head of Justin Thill. Thill tried to fault it, but Crivitz was able to get on it. Dema picks up the fumble recovery, and Crivitz may have dodged a bullet with 1:27 to go in the first half. First and 10 for the Crivitz Wolverines. Let's see if they tried to run the clock or just go downfield. Atwood pitches it. Slavey had a little running room, but coming over quickly was Kyle Goki. Gain of Slavey gets about 2 or 3 yards on the play. And Crivitz, or Peshtigo, wants a timeout. 1:17 to go in the first half. 13-7, Peshtigo in the lead. Back with more on Hits 96.
Hey, buddy.
What?
Hey, buddy.
Was that my car talking?
Nah, it's your engine, and I need an oil change.
Oh, it hasn't been that long.
Are you kidding me? Check my dipstick. It's as black as the La Brea tar pits.
I know. I just haven't had time.
Call Pit Stop Quick Lube. Hey, you know Pit Stop Quick Lube has no appointment service, right? Just stop in, and they'll get you done.
Pit Stop Quick Lube. What's their phone number?
906-864-2426.
What's that number again?
906-864-2426. Write it down. 906-864-2426. Pit Stop Quick Lube, 10th Street, Menominee.
What kind of insurance are you looking for? Stop looking and let Town and Community Insurance Agency, LLC, look for you. Town and Community Insurance Agency has access to a variety of different types of insurance, such as auto, homeowners, business, life, health, farm, motorcycle, and watercraft. Available through plenty of different companies to get you the best and most cost-efficient insurance for your lifestyle. Feel free to stop in at our new location at 509 Alma Street, Pound, across from Ace in the Pound Business Plaza. Or call 920-897-5487. That's 920-897-5487.
Crivitz takes the snap. Atwood tries to roll to the left side. Peshtigo comes across, and making the stop was number 75, Gavin Forsberg. Atwood is dropped for about a 3-yard loss. It'll be 3rd and 12. And the ball is going to be resting at the 25-yard line. 1:12 to go, and another timeout taken by Peshtigo. And Menza and Zach Heating and Cooling supports the M&O Conference. Good luck tonight to all teams. Also, Dr. Jeffrey O'Rear providing your family with quality and friendly dental services. New patients welcome. Dr. Jeffrey O'Rear proudly supports the M&O Conference and wishes the Peshtigo Bulldogs good luck. North Motorsports is the area's only full-line dealer of Honda, Can-Am, Ski-Doo, Sea-Doo, and Snapper outdoor products. From their friendly sales staff to the certified service technicians, they've got you covered. Visit North Motorsports at 3711 10th Street in Menominee, or give them a call anytime, 906-863-5592. A minute 12 remains in the first half. 13-7 is the score. Peshtigo has the lead. They've taken 2 timeouts to try to save some field position and some time here in the first half. Atwood rolls to the left. Gets a little running room. But coming across quickly to make a stop was Alex Harper after a gain of about 2 or 3 yards. So Peshtigo will take their final timeout. We'll take one too. Back with the final minute and 4 on Hits 96.
Peshtigo National Bank, your locally owned independent community bank, supports all local high school sports. Since opening in 1901, they've grown to 5 locations in Peshtigo, Coleman, Oconto Falls, Gillett, and Marinette. Hometown banking with your neighbors and friends, Peshtigo National Bank has proudly served the community for over 100 years. Locally owned community banks support and help fund local projects. Keep your banking local and speak with a representative today. Good luck to all area high school teams from Peshtigo National Bank, member FDIC. Kim Barrett and all the staff of Tri-City Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine in Marinette are committed to get you back to your quality of life. Tri-City Physical Therapy has been in business for over 25 years and specialize in the treatment of shoulder, knee, and back, as well as general physical therapy. Let them help you overcome pain after an injury or disease. Tri-City Therapy and Sports can provide you with the most skilled and personalized rehabilitation treatment plan possible to help you get back on track. Tri-City Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine at 602 Wells Street in Marinette.
Crivitz in punt formation. Sessler back deep. The ear kick. And a fair catch signaled for and caught Austin May. So Peshtigo will have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. 59 yards to pay dirt and only 57.1 seconds to do it in. But Peshtigo can score quickly. They've got an arm behind Justin Thill, who I believe has gone over the 1,000-yard mark for the season so far tonight. He's back in the shotgun. He has Goki behind him. Receivers 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Back to pass. Still looking. Steps up the pocket. Has some running room. Gets across the 40 to the 46-yard line. Gain of 5 yards on the play. Clock is rolling. 43 seconds remain in the first half. Thill, back to pass. Steps up in the pocket, and he's going to be corralled for a loss. And guess who was there? Number 82, Daniel O'Hearn, picks up the sack. A loss of about 7 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd and 12 for the Bulldogs. Let's see if they'll be content to take it into the locker room. Handoff, Koki has some running room at the 45. Sidestep 50, first down the sideline and out of bounds. So what looked like to be a safe, just little run the clock out type play gets Goki down to about the 39-yard line. So Peshtigo may be able to take a shot.
Now, with the arm of Thill, that's a no-doubter here. They're going to get that shotgun formation, twins to the both right and left, and bomb one down there.
Gain of 18 yards by Goki on that play. So Peshtigo, see if they try the Hail Mary. They do, going towards the end zone. And the ball is caught, but he's going to be short of the first down. Making the over-the-shoulder catch was Romanesco at about the 18-yard line. So a gain of 21 yards, but it's going to bring the end of the first half. So it's been an entertaining first half. Peshtigo with a couple of quick scores. Crivitz came back to make a game of it. We're at half. Our score standing. The Crivitz Wolverine 7, Peshtigo 13. We will take a break and be back after this on Hits 96.
Menards is a place to save big money on all your home improvement needs. Whether you're building or remodeling, Menards has everything you need for your home under one roof. From building materials and tools to paint, carpeting, cabinets, and all the finishing touches, you'll find quality products, helpful, friendly service, and delivery 7 days a week. And at Menards, you'll always find the lowest prices and sales, too.
Save big money at Menards.
Find your next truck at Kane, the #1 truck destination north of Green Bay for 2015. From the most dependable full-size pickups on the road, Kane delivers Silverado. Or the most advanced pickup ever, Kane delivers Sierra. Right now, visit Kane in Marinette or O'Connell to enter the Chevrolet Packers Ultimate Fan Sweepstakes. Win a 2016 Chevrolet and other great prizes. Over 300 quality vehicles at KaneGM.com, O'Connell and Marinette.
Farmers and Merchants Bank and Trust offers a variety of loan programs, vehicle loans, personal loans, and commercial loans. They do real estate mortgages, offer home equity options, and work with government loan programs. Farmers and Merchants Bank and Trust is here to serve you in 3 locations: Ludington Street in Marinette, Roosevelt Road in Marinette, and Highway 141 in Crivitz. They can show you how to make your banking life easier, save you time, and save you money. Contact them today. Farmers and Merchants Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Back at Peshtigo, we're at halftime. The Peshtigo Bulldogs lead the Crivitz Wolverines 13-7. The Peshtigo dance team is out on the field entertaining the crowd here at halftime. We've had a interesting first half. A couple of quick hits by Peshtigo has given them the lead. It started off first in the opening possession. On the second play from scrimmage, Kyle Goki broke it up the middle, sidestepped a Crivitz defender at the 50-yard line and raced down the left sideline. A 60-yard run at the 11:33 mark to give Peshtigo a 7-0 lead with the Bohazic extra point. Crivitz had a 4-and-out and then punted to the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs then went down the field 88 yards. Justin Thill to Jeremy Van Voren on the 47-yard touchdown connection. And at 5:59 of the first quarter, Peshtigo led it 13-0. They tried a 2-point conversion. That came up short. After a couple of back-and-forth possessions, Crivitz was able to get on the scoreboard with 0.3 seconds to go in the first quarter. It was Sebastian Atwood to Tyler Slaby on a 29-yard touchdown screen pass over to the right side. Slaby was able to hit the Jets at the sideline and go into the end zone pretty much untouched. They added the extra point at the end of the first quarter. Our score was 13-7, and that's where it has stood for the rest of the first half. Peshtigo had a chance to score twice, and Crivitz was able to come up both times with big plays to stop it. The last one, a fumble recovery late in the first half, and then Peshtigo tried to finish it off with a Hail Mary pass that did gain some yardage, but not enough. And so our halftime score is Peshtigo 13, Crivitz 7. Jake will be back with our statistics right after this on Hits 96.
Bayside Motorsports and Cycle is your full-line service destination, servicing most makes and models of ATVs and motorcycles, from a simple tune-up and oil change to major engine overhauls. Their expanded service department will have you back on your machine fast. Bayside Motorsports and Cycle also specializes in motorcycle and ATV performance work to keep you a step above your competition. Ask about their service specials. Bayside Motorsports and Cycle in Green Bay or at BaysideMotorsports.com.
Prestige Auto Body and Truck Repair has over 25 years of experience to make your repairs fast, easy, and worry-free. With around-the-clock towing, electronic estimating, early drop-off, pickup, delivery, and the comfort of knowing Prestige Auto Body and Truck Repair is an iCar Gold Class shop, one of only 25 in the state, located on the corner of Highway 64 and 180 in Marinette. Call 715-732-4544. That's 715-732-4544 to get your estimate today. Prestige Auto Body and Truck Repair. They take the worry out of your collision repair.
Back at Peshtigo, halftime score 13-7. Here with our First half statistics, Jake.
All right, for the Crivitz Wolverines so far tonight, not moving the ball that well, took advantage of a really short field there in the first quarter to get that 29-yard touchdown pass, and that's where Atwood stands. 1 of 6, 29 yards, and that touchdown. Slaby, 6 carries, 13 yards. Chapman, 3 carries, 11 yards, and then Slaby with that 1 catch, 29-yard touchdown reception. And Crivitz so far tonight, 28 plays as a team, only 42 yards. They're just not moving the ball all that well, but they did take advantage. They're still in this ball game with that short field position. And going over to the Peshtigo Bulldogs, Justin Thill, 8-11 so far tonight, 144 yards passing, a touchdown. Also 8 carries and 33 yards for him on the ground as well, scrambling out of that shotgun position. And Kyle Goki, 6 carries, 92 yards, and a touchdown, that long touchdown on the second play of the game from 60 yards out. Romanesco, Van Vorn, Austin May all have a bunch of catches here so far tonight. Romanesco, 3 catches, 44 yards. Van Vorn, that 1 big catch for 47 yards and a touchdown. And Austin May, 3 catches for 39 yards. And Peshtigo as a team, 30 plays, 273 yards unofficially as a team. So, Mike, I look at that right there, and Peshtigo taking care of the ball fairly well the first 2 or 3 drives, and then all of a sudden a couple of fumbles, and Crivitz getting some of that momentum back, but just not able to capitalize on it.
Well, you hope that down the stretch that those opportunities don't come back to haunt you, because Peshtigo has had their chances to get into the end zone more than they have, and just miscues. The field, you can see the dew on the field. Players have been slipping and sliding. Goki, even on that touchdown run, it looked like he had lost his footing right at midfield, picked it up and was able to go the rest of the way. But the field is, this time of year, it does get a little wet with moisture, and that seems to be a problem. But 2 bad snaps have really cost the Peshtigo Bulldogs a chance to build to their lead.
Absolutely. A couple of miscues on a couple of long drives. You look at the Peshtigo Bulldogs. I was keeping track, and I'm sure you already mentioned this, Mike. Starting on their own 35, own 12, both touchdowns. Then they get the ball back, own 31. They get a long drive together, about 6 or 7 plays, I think, and they lose a fumble. Then they punt. The punt got blocked. That was their best field position in the night, starting on the Crivitz 45. And a couple of penalties and a couple of lost yardages on a bad snap put them back into their own field position. The punt gets blocked. Then they lose a fumble on their next possession, starting from their own 25. And then the last possession ended with a half, and starting on their own 42. So, Peshtigo's had decent field position. A couple of long drives got them into scoring position, and it just weren't able to capitalize on it.
Well, and there's, like we said, Crivitz, if you look at the stat sheet, things don't look good, but on the scoreboard, things look pretty good for them right now. They're still in this football game.
Absolutely, and it's just going to take that one play from Crivitz to be ahead in this ballgame, or at very worst tied, sitting down 6 points right now, and Crivitz is on the verge of getting that big play. They've had some nice passes by Sebastian Atwood tonight, some good blocking up front there, and getting him some time to throw the ball. A pass to Sessler goes through his hands off his helmet, and he almost catches it on a rebound on a ricochet. Another pass to Tyler Allen that I remember that, right in his hands, and he drops it. That hurts the quarterback. The quarterback, sitting 1 for 6, 29 yards. He should be getting at least 3 out of 6 on 2 of those pass plays, and probably 80 or 90 yards, because they were 20 yards downfield too, Mike.
Well, we'll take another 2-minute break and be back, and we'll talk a little bit more about the keys to the second half on Hits 96.
Go west on 180 at the holiday to save on cars and trucks every day. You're sure to save a bundle when you take that drive west on 180 to the riverside. You get to the roundabout, make sure you yield. You don't go straight 'cause it's all cornfields. Just turn left when you see that sign. Come on in to Riverside. We'll find what you're looking for. Just show up at our front door. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks. No overhead seats, you big bucks. Come take a ride if you dare. Out with the cows in the country air. And save big money on your next ride when you see your friends at Riverside. From the west, take 64 until you get to our front door in Marinette. You're sure to save a bundle when you take that drive. One way or another, get to Riverside. One way or another, get to Riverside.
Fall is coming up quick. Let the rental department at Crivitz Lumber help you get your lawn winter ready. Pick up your hardware, lumber, and paint to finish up those spring projects you put off all summer. Crivitz Lumber can have you ready for the holiday season. Check out the variety of household appliances. Don't let the snow sneak up on you. Stop by Crivitz Lumber for help designing and planning your projects. Crivitz Lumber, located on Main Street in Crivitz. Visit on Facebook or crivitzlumber.com.
You can only imagine what treasures await you at Thrifty Treasures. From clothing for the entire family and any occasion to home goods. This 10,000 square foot building is full of items handpicked for a new home. You can get your hands on these treasures this spring only at Thrifty Treasures. Thrifty Treasures open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 6, located at 251 French Street in Peshtigo. Like us on Facebook and follow us for giveaways and upcoming sales.
Second half just about ready to begin, but both teams kind of mulling around down in the end zone as they don't go into a locker room here at Peshtigo. And Jake, as we look at the second half, adjustments that have to be made for Crivitz.
You know, as far as Crivitz concerned right now, Mike, they need to capitalize a little bit better. Get that offense going. You can't just capitalize on a real short field, on a 29-yard drive. You need to get this ball here. I believe they get it at the half here. Crivitz kicked off the first half to start the game. They need to take this ball, drive it right down the field, and get a score right off the bat, and get that momentum fully on their side here as, Peshtigo comes out in unanswered points to start the game off, and then Crivitz putting slamming the door on them as far as defense is concerned, getting a couple fumbles, forcing Peshtigo to punt a couple times, but not capitalizing on any of those miscues by the Bulldogs.
Well, also, if you look at Crivitz, they're trying to open it up a little bit, but that deep threat, Micah Sessler, has that calf taped up, and it looks like that might be a little bit of an issue with getting him downfield.
Absolutely. It looks like he's running a little bit on the ginger side tonight. But you know what? He's a senior, and right now he needs to sit there underneath that goalpost as he's warming up and come out in here and say, hey, this is the last time I'm going to ever play this game in Peshtigo. And this is one of my last football games, so you got to kind of put that to the side as far as a small injury or something like that. Grit your teeth and just get after it. And being a senior, I'm sure his senior leadership and one of the captains, he will do that and come out in the second half and hopefully make a big play for the Wolverines.
And now the keys for Peshtigo.
Peshtigo needs to really keep doing what they're doing and just eliminate those miscues. A couple, like we said, a couple of long drives that they had, starting deep into their own field, getting down into close to that red zone, and then two fumbles actually, a couple of punts where they just couldn't quite get the drive going. I think if they can get Goki to keep running that ball, get a few more carries under his belt, and 6 carries and 92 yards for him so far tonight, get him back the ball. He ran a 60-yarder on the second play from scrimmage, and also Justin Thill, just keep letting him do what he does. He's 8 of 11 so far tonight. No problems there whatsoever. No miscues on his part. Just needs to hit those open receivers and make some big plays to Romanesco, Van Voren, and Austin May.
We'll take one more break and be back with the second half. We'll do that on Hits 96.
Let me tell you, Advanced Motors, located in Coleman, has AMSOIL for all your motorcycle, ATV, marine, and vehicle needs. AMSOIL, the first in synthetics. Are you or your student moving? Advanced Motors, a U-Haul dealer, also carries packing and moving supplies for all your needs. Stop in or call today at 920-897-2677. That's 920-897-2677. Whew, that's right.
You're listening to M&O Conference Football on WSFQ, Peshtigo, Marinette, Menominee.
Badger Credit Union is pleased to sponsor high school sports and wishes best of luck to all area teams. Badger Credit Union is proud to be a part of the community. Become a member if you live or work in Marinette, Menominee, or Oconto counties. See them for all types of mortgage loans, auto, vacation, and unsecured loans. They also have debit and ATM cards, share draft, share accounts, and term accounts. Take advantage of no-fee checking for students and senior citizens. Badger Credit Union, 870 Frontage Road, Peshtigo.
Also like to thank our sponsors, Menza and Zach, Dr. Jeffrey O'Rear, North Motorsports, also Advanced Motors in Coleman, Kane, Chevy, Buick, GMC, O'Connell Marinette, Acer Flooring in Peshtigo, the Sky Harbor 2 Restaurant and Motel in Crivitz, BPM in Peshtigo, and of course M&M Irrigation Property Maintenance. Sponsors of conference football, and we're glad to have them aboard. The teams are doing their last warm-ups as the officials come back on the field, and we're just a couple minutes away from the start of the second half as Peshtigo leads this one 13-7. And Jake, as we said, that big game in Coleman, I've heard nothing. I doubt we will until it's over, but that game is a big one tonight.
Absolutely. Two undefeated teams, and really, this game is important here for the Wolverines and for the Bulldogs. Just getting them one step closer to those playoffs. Probably a little bit more pressure on the Wolverines, but you look over down in, I think they're in Coleman tonight. And Gillett, a good ball team so far this year, beating Wasaki. We watched Wasaki earlier this year, and it's a very good Ranger football team, and Gillett handled them very well and did a good job up there and got away with a victory and staying undefeated on the M&O Conference season. And then Coleman, a juggernaut. We watched them last week against Crivitz and just ran all over Crivitz. Had no issues whatsoever in a 47-0 victory. But that's in the past. You've got to look now to your next game. And Coleman and Gillett, that is probably one of the best games of the year and probably a slug match back and forth between the two teams.
And another slug match going on at Walton Blush Stadium in Menominee. The Menominee Maroons taking on the Kingsford Flivers. Used to be Hofer versus Hofer. And now it's still a big rivalry as the two are always at the top of the Great Northern Conference. Kingsford coming in 3-1 and a ranked team, and Menominee number 1 in the state at their undefeated streak is still intact. And a 7-yard run by Nathan Nowak has given the Maroons a 21-17 lead with 5:31 to go in the third quarter. And that game could go a long way to deciding whether Menominee stays undefeated the rest of the way, though they have a couple of big games still to come, including a DeWitt team that plays a very tough schedule, and they beat the Kingsford Flivers earlier this year. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But Menominee always ready, Kingsford always ready. Two quality football teams in the UP.
Absolutely. It's always fun. Friday nights are great. We got our guys all over, the area with Joshua following Menominee, and then Eric and Kit, following the Marinette Marines. It's fun to get the text messages back and forth here. When we get a break, we check our phone and, we can report this stuff, and, good quality football all around the Marinette, O'Connell, and Menominee counties.
Well, we're just about set. The clock is running off. Both teams are returning to their respective sidelines, and we're just about ready to get our show on the road here in the second half. Halftime took a little longer than usual, as it took a little while for the band parents of the seniors to be introduced as they played at halftime. Another great thing about Friday nights, the high school bands and dance teams and cheerleaders, it's just an exciting atmosphere every Friday night. I know some network stations tried to throw some college games on, but it's just not the same. Friday night, it should be reserved for high school football, and that's what we've got. So Peshtigo is set to kick it off here to start the second half. They lead at 13-7. Back deep to receive for the Wolverines is Jacob Voss and Seth Kiewkowski, and getting ready to attempt to kick it off here is Bohasic. Aiden approaches the ball. It's a squib kick on the ground. Going to be covered, and falling on it and corralling it right there is Liam Yo. Pulls it in at the 30, let's see where they put it. I'm going to say the 34-yard line. And that looks to be where it is. So 1st and 10 for Crivitz, their first possession here in the third quarter at the 34-yard line. They break huddle, trying to break into this lead, if not take the lead here in the third quarter. Sebastian Atwood comes up over center. Allen in motion. Handoff, Slaby, straight up the middle. Tough running. Going to pick up a yard or two through the middle. Coming across to make the stop was Gavin Forsberg and others. And it's going to be a gain of 3 yards on the play. 2nd down and 7 at the 37-yard line for the Crivitz Wolverines. They break huddle. Wide receiver to the left and to the right. Sessler in the game. He's wide right. Chapman leads Slaby in the eye. Handoff, Slaby breaks through again. Has some quality yards up the middle. Gains about 5 across the 42-yard line. And it'll be about 3rd and a long 2 as Crivitz has it at the 42-yard line. So Crivitz looking to pick up the first down of the second half. A little power running straight up the middle. Wide receiver coming left is Karsten Olsen. Sessler to the right. Chapman with Slaby. Allen in motion. Handoff, Slaby left side. He breaks it up for the first down. Has a little room. I heard a whistle blowing, and Slaby was still running. So let's see what happens here. They're going to say it was blown dead at the 46-yard line, and they're going to say it was an inadvertent whistle.
Wow. I think the near judge here closest to us all the way across the field blew that one dead. He thought maybe Slaby got tied up in that slew of Bulldogs. He squirted out of there. He kept on going.
So the referee is explaining to them that the whistle blows, that's that. And the official looks at the coach and says, "I'm sorry, coach, I thought he was down." But it's still going to be a first down, a gain of about 5 yards on the play. Brings it out to the 46-yard line. So Crivitz will have it 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line. Atwood at the controls. Has Slaby in motion. Back to pass. Sessler has it at the 45. Breaks the tackle. He's at the 40. Fumble on the play. And there's a scramble for the football. And who's got it?
Oh, Crivitz got it back.
Yeah, Sessler fell on it at the 39-yard line. So from the 46, that's a gain of 15 yards through the air. There was a fumble, but recovered by Sessler. So Crivitz on the prowl here at the 39-yard line. 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. 13-7. Peshtigo in the lead. Behind Atwood. Allen to the left side. Slaby spins, rolling, grabbing Bulldogs with him across to the 30-yard line. That's a gain of 9 yards straight up the middle. Hard running by Tyler Slaby. He followed Tyler Allen up the left side for a gain of 9. 2nd down and 1. The ball rests right on the 30-yard line. Crivitz finding things a little more to their liking here in the third quarter. Running it straight up the middle. Handoff, Slaby off right tackle, has the running room to the sideline. He's got some running room to the 10, the 5, and touchdown. Tyler Slaby goes 30 yards off right tackle, broke it to the sideline. A 30-yard run with 9:06 to go in the third quarter, and we are tied at 13. So Crivitz can take the lead. Coming in to attempt the extra point, Sebastian Atwood. So Crivitz, with the extra point, can take the lead. They've trailed the whole way. Spotted, kick. And it's kept by Levi May Thomas as the kick was going to be blocked. But May Thomas decided to keep it around the left side, and it's no good. So we're tied at 13, 9:06 to go. Back with more on Hits 96.
Or human nature. Are you protected from the unexpected? An American Family Insurance agent can help you determine how much and what type of coverage is right for you. Call today for your free personal insurance review so you can check it off your list and off your mind. Call Pat Robbins at 715-582-4631. Your local American Family Insurance agent. Are you still shivering from last year's energy bills? BJ's Heating and Air Conditioning will help. Call 715-927-5656 for full service, including tune-up on your existing system, repair, replacement, or new construction. The number again is 715-927-5656. Whether it's an upgrade or a tune-up, BJ's Heating and Air Conditioning has a solution. 24/7 service for your convenience. Call 715-927-5656. That's BJ's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Goki takes the kickoff from Cuddy. He breaks it out across the 40-yard line, pulled down at the 44, so he went from the 20 to the 44. 24-yard return straight up the middle. He broke a couple of tackles at the 30, gets to the 44, so Peshtigo, who's had the lead the entire game, now finds themselves tied with the Crivitz Wolverines following the 30-yard run by Tyler Slaby. So, Peshtigo in the shotgun. Phil. Hands off. Goki, right side. A little bit of running room. Gets out to near the 50-yard line. That was a quick 6 yards on the play. And they're unrolling the pile, and they're going to give him the 50-yard line, or the 49-yard line. So a gain of 5 yards quickly, straight up the middle by Goki. 2nd down and 5. Just on Peshtigo's side of the field at the 49-yard line. Everybody checks their wristbands. Trips to the right. Goki behind Phil in the shotgun. Phil back to pass. Has time. Looking in trouble. Now gets it out. Pass is complete to Goki. Goki has enough for the first down as he's across the 45 down to about the 43-yard line. That's going to be a gain of about 8 yards, and that'll be a first down for Peshtigo at the 44-yard line. Crivitz did get pressure, forced Still to scramble to his left. Goki was standing alone on the sideline, broke one tackle, picked up the first down at the 43-yard line. And we have an equipment issue here. And Peshtigo finally gets it fixed. Goki had something wrong with his chin straps. Again, trips to the right. Handoff. Goki straight up the middle. Flag on the play. In the backfield, there's a hold on the play. Holding is the call, and it's going to go against number 53, Gavin Brissett. That's who they threw it right at his block at the 45-yard line. And this is going to be about a 14-yard penalty because it's from the spot. And it'll be 2nd and about 24 back at the 44-yard line.
First down and 21.
So, Crivitz has Peshtigo backed up with the holding penalty. Phil in the gun. Keeps it around the left side. Going to gain some short yardage, and he's knocked out of bounds after a gain of about 4 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and 20 as the ball rests at the 47-yard line of Peshtigo. 7:32, and the clock will not run as he was out of bounds. Peshtigo trying to jump back to the lead. They led it 13-0. We're now tied at 13. Goki on the right side. Has some running room. Cuts back at the 50. He's wrestled down at about the 46-yard line. He's going to gain about 7 yards on the play. Goki just will not go down. Crivitz finally wrestled him to the ground at the 46-yard line. It'll be 3rd and about 13. 3rd and 13. Double receivers to the right side. No, it's trips. Peshtigo changing up the play.
It's a big play here for Crivitz and for Peshtigo. Crivitz wants to stop and get maybe a punt or a long 4th down, and Peshtigo needs to cut into this yardage.
Phil throws it deep downfield, intended for number 22, Austin May. He was wide open, went right through his hands, incomplete. It'll bring up a 4th down and 13 at the 47-yard line. Let's see what Peshtigo decides to do here. Will they go or will they punt? They look to be in go position at the 46-yard line. 4th and 13. And there's a whistle. And it's going to be timeout Crivitz. 6:41 remaining in the 3rd quarter. We're tied at 13. Back with more on Hits 96.
Looking for a credit union that truly cares about you and the community you live in? Then you ought to stop and see the folks at Bayshore Credit Union. Membership is open to anyone living or working in Marinette, Menominee, and Oconto counties. Whether it's everyday banking, a new auto loan, new mortgage, even a consolidation loan, they can help. And it's never too early to start establishing good credit. Bayshore Credit Union, located at 1514 Cleveland Avenue, Marinette. They're looking forward to meeting you.
Crivitz Auto Parts in Dyer Street and Crivitz carries quality CarQuest parts. Is your car in need of repair? See Crivitz Auto Parts, your authorized CarQuest dealer. Some of their featured products include batteries, spark plugs, filters, brakes, new water pumps, and so much more. Come check out everything Crivitz Auto Parts, your local CarQuest dealer, has to offer, located on Dyer Street in Crivitz. Good luck to all teams in the M&O Conference.
Phil back to pass, throws it down the left sidelines, and that pass is caught by Jake Romanesco down at about the 10-yard line, and he brings it down to about the 5. So a 41-yard pass from Phil to Jake Romanesco sets up the Peshtigo Bulldogs at about the 5-yard line. 1st and goal for the Bulldogs at about the 5 or 6-yard line. Peshtigo in a hurry. Handoff, Goki. Short running about a yard or 2. Coming across quickly. Alex Zenel stopped him after a gain of about, we'll give him 2 yards. 2nd and goal at about the 4-yard line. Another little bit of the equipment problem. And so here comes Still with the Bulldogs. They're at the 4, trying to regain the lead. Handoff, Goki tries the right side. Hit, stacked up and brought back. Coming over there was Daniel O'Hearn and a few others. Also making in the William Retza. So it's looks like almost a no gain on the play. It'll be 3rd and goal at the 4. Third and goal. Play taking a long time to come in from the sidelines. They're still looking. Now they got the play. So Thill looks over the defense. Handoff, Romanesco straight up the middle, bullying his way in. Is he in? He's going to come up about a yard short. Gain of 3 straight up the middle. It'll be 4th and goal at about the 1-yard line. So another big play. 4th and goal. 4th and goal at the 1-yard line. Handoff in the backfield, stopped And the stop comes up at about the 1 yard line. So Crivitz was able to stop it coming off at the bottom of the pile. Tyler Allen with the stop. And Crivitz with a 2 yard loss is able to hold the Peshtigo Bulldogs in the red zone, and Crivitz will take over 1st and 10 at about the 3 or 4 yard line.
Good job there by the Wolverines, and Nicholas Chapman, the first one through, making initial contact, and then the gang of tacklers. And like you said, Mike, it's just a good job by the Wolverines to get on that ball and stop them just short of the goal line.
We have a little problem with the yard markers on the far side of the field. They got tangled up. They weren't needed on that last series as the ball was inside the 10 yard line, 1st and goal. Now they get them all set. 1st and 10. Crivitz. Coleman leads Gillett 27-0 in that big M&O conference showdown at Coleman. Crivitz. Slaby, right side. Nothing there. A host of Bulldogs coming inside, making that stop. No gain on the play. Will bring up 2nd down and 10. 2nd down and 10. The ball is at the 3 yard line. And it's the wrong 3 yard line for the Crivitz Wolverines. They've got to go the length of the football field. They want to take the lead. We're tied at 13. 3:57 remains in the 3rd quarter. Slaby up the middle again. Almost, he did get back to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. That'll bring up a 3rd and long. 3rd and 10 at the 3 yard line. Crivitz would like to pick up a couple of first downs and reverse this field position. Atwood gets the play. Also coming in, Samuel Spink with the play from the sideline. Chapman comes out for a play, has an equipment issue as he's over here on the sideline. Sebastian Atwood. And everybody started except the center. Everybody started except the center for the Crivitz Wolverines, and that's going to be a procedure penalty. That'll be half the distance, so the ball will go back out the 2 yard line, inside to about the 1. So it'll be 3rd down and 12. Ball somewhere between the 1 and the 2 yard line. I can see the goal line from here, but it's hard to see just how far away it is. Atwood comes up, has receivers right and left, double tight end. Has Slavy in the backfield. Slavy gets the handoff, has a little running room. That hole closes quickly as he gets across the 5 to about the 6 or 7 yard line. So a little punting room at least for Sessler as a gain of about 7 yards. Brings up a 4th and 5. So Crivitz will move into punt formation. Back deep, Austin May and Kyle Goki should have good field position for Peshtigo. They're standing on the Crivitz 40 yard line. Sessler gets himself set deep in the end zone. Perfect snap. Kick is in the air. It's a good one. And it goes out of bounds right at the 42 yard line. So about a 37 yard punt. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Peshtigo on the Crivitz 42 yard line. Kane driving the game to you as the #1 truck destination north of Green Bay. Kane Chevrolet Buick GMC Ocado Marinette bringing you tonight's broadcast. Peshtigo in the gun. They've got 2 receivers to the right, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Goki in the tail. Hand off Goki straight up the middle. Hard running again on about 2 yards. Tyler Allen coming off the bottom of the pile. It'll be a gain of 2 yards on the play, 2nd down and 8. Ball is at the 40-yard line. Same formation for Peshtigo without a huddle. Trying to move the tempo. Phil keeps it to the left side, and he's going to be tackled in the backfield. Sam Spink comes across the outside and drops him for a loss. The loss is about 5 yards. It'll bring up a 3rd and 13 as Crivitz has made an adjustment on that read option. Peshtigo was picking up 6-7 yards a crack, and this time they were dropped for a loss as Crivitz came across the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 13. Ball's at the 46. 1 minute to go in the third quarter of play. We're tied at 13. Phil gets his signals. Back to pass. Looking. Over the middle. Incomplete. Intended for number 11, Andy Hinnick. Heineck was open at about the 40-yard line, went right through his hands as he fell to the ground. It'll bring up a 3rd and 13. So let's see what Peshtigo decides to do. 4th down, I mean. And it looks like punting formation. Punting formation. Crivitz was able to get a block on one of the last ones. This time the kick is going to go inside the 10-yard line to about the 9. So Crivitz will have it deep in their territory again at about the 9 or 10-yard line with 35.5 seconds to go in the third quarter. Acer Flooring, located in Peshtigo, Wisconsin, is the world-leading manufacturer of hardwood flooring. Acer's true northern hardwood flooring can be found around the globe in sport and recreation venues, residential and commercial products. Acer proudly supports the Peshtigo Bulldogs. The Bulldogs will need to play some defense to keep the field tilted in their favor. Crivitz has it, 1st and 10 at the 9-yard line. In motion, Allen to the right side. Slaby gets the handoff. Straight up the middle, gains maybe a yard or 2. Peshtigo collapses the middle there. So maybe a gain of a yard, 2nd down. We'll give him 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8. And the ball is just across the 10 to the 11-yard line. So Peshtigo trying to hold. Crivitz trying to pick up a 1st down as our third quarter is going to wind out. That's the end of the third quarter. Our score standing: Crivitz 13, Peshtigo 13. Back with more on Hits 96.
Hi, this is Paul, CEO of the Menominee County Federal Credit Union. We're proud to sponsor high school sports on Bay Cities Radio, and we encourage all of you to support high school athletics as well. We know there's no better way for our young people to learn the lessons of life than by competing in sports. The Menominee County Federal Credit Union, where you dream the dream, will help make it come true, with locations in Powers, Kearney, Stevenson, and Menominee. Persons living or working in Marinette and Menominee counties are eligible for membership.
Hey, buddy.
What?
Hey, buddy.
Was that car talking?
Nah, it's your engine, and I need an oil change.
Oh, it hasn't been that long.
Are you kidding me? Check my dipstick. It's as black as the La Brea tar pits.
I know. I just haven't had time.
Call Pit Stop Quick Lube. Hey, you know Pit Stop Quick Lube has no appointment service, right? Just stop in and they'll get you done.
Pit Stop Quick Lube. What's their phone number?
906-864-2426.
What's that number again?
906-864-2426. Write it down. 906-864-2426. Pit Stop Quick Lube, 10th Street, Menominee.
Well, a quarter to go in this M&O Conference Football Showdown. Peshtigo Bulldogs, Crivitz Wolverines. 13-13 is your score. And, Jake, when you say 13-13, it's anybody's game, but really, it could be.
Absolutely. Right now, Mike, both teams just kind of stalling out on their drives. Peshtigo really hasn't had a decent drive since the first 2 touchdown drives. Crivitz doing a good job of biting down on that defense and stopping Peshtigo, and vice versa. Peshtigo's done a good job of controlling Slaby and keeping the Wolverines in check.
Atwood. Handoff. Slaby in the backfield. Gain of maybe 1 or 2 yards on the play, but Looks like there's a flag down.
In the secondary, too, or at least in the second level of the Peshtigo Bulldog defense, Mike.
Face mask is what it looks like he's saying. Let's see.
Ball player a little shooken up there. Looks like Slavey.
So, face mask against Peshtigo. Now, let's see if that's the
15-yard variety.
The 15-yard variety. So, a 15-yard penalty will give Crivitz a first down and some breathing room.
And it looks like that face mask might have been on Slavey, and that's where he's kind of coming off, holding his head a little bit. Trainer looking at him and get a breather, get a drink of water, and he'll probably get right back out there. It's a tough kid down there in Tyler Slavey.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Wolverines. The ball all the way out to the 29-yard line after the 15-yard mark-off. 1st and 10, Crivitz. Atwood in the gun. Throws it down the sideline. Sessler was open, but coming across and cutting it off at the last second was number 4, Riley Reef. That pass looked like it was going to go to the sideline, and Peshtigo bit on the sideline. Sessler did the double move and faked it out, or actually in. He went to the outside, and that pass was on target, but Reef got there just in time. 11:33, that's what's left in the football game. We're tied at 13, 2nd and 10. The Wolverines for Crivitz have it on their own 29-yard line. Atwood, hands off, up the middle. I believe that's Slavey back in the ball game. Gains 2 yards. It'll be 3rd and 8, just across the 30 at the 31-yard line. 3rd down and 8. Another big play for Crivitz. Trying to get some breathing room down on this end of the field. See if they can pick up another first down. They got a penalty one last time. Up to the football come the Wolverines. Sessler to the right. Another receiver to the left. I formation. In trouble. Atwood rolling. Throws. And it was intended for Allen. It falls incomplete. Atwood was being chased for 15, Jake Romanesco. That pass is incomplete. And it's 4th and 8 at the 31-yard line.
Got an update too, Mike, from Coleman. The Cougars leading the Gillette Tigers 33-0 now.
Kingsford threw a TD pass with 3:11 to go in the game. Menominee leads 27-24. So a real interesting game at Walton Blush Field in Menominee. There's the punt by Sessler. Going to be corralled by Austin May. Right there at the 38-yard line where he called a fair catch. So Peshtigo will have it at the 38-yard line. Sky Harbor 2 Restaurant and Motel Rentals wish both teams good luck tonight. Stop in for lunch or dinner, located just north of Crivitz on 141. So quickly, Peshtigo comes to the line of scrimmage. They'll set receivers, 2 of them, right and left. Goki in the backfield. Thill back to pass. Has time. And now is corralled at the 30-yard line. That pocket collapsed very, very quickly. And coming across to make the stop was Tyler Allen, and he had some help who I can't see from the far side. But that's a loss of 8 yards to the 30-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 18. So what looked promising for Peshtigo on that pocket collapsed very, very quickly, and Phil's back in the gun. This time, trip receivers to the left. High snap. Pass. Incomplete, intended for Romanesco. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 18.
Right through his hands, Mike, there. Romanesco just took his eye off of it, looked upfield, and that ball going right through his hands, off his knee, incomplete. You got to catch that ball. That's that's yardage right there for the Bulldogs.
So, peshtigo, 3rd and 18 at the 30-yard line. Phil in the gun. Goki behind. Quick slant to Romanesco. He's got it across the 35 to about the 38-yard line. He's going to pick up the yardage lost on the play. An 8-yard pass will bring up 4th and 10. It was going to say 11, but the yard marker moved right up next to the first 10 marker. So it's 4th and 10, and it looks like peshtigo's coming on with the punt team. Goki back in punt formation. Rugby style kick to the right side. He finally gets it off. And it's going to roll dead at the 28-yard line. So 9:04 remains in the football game. 13-13. Neither team has been able to mount much of an offense after their initial possessions in the third quarter. Crivitz was able to go down 66 yards and score on a 30-yard Tyler Slaby run. That's the only score of the second half. At the 9:06 mark of the third quarter, we're tied at 13. Peshtigo had a chance late on their next drive, but that came up short, and now Crivitz has the football back at the 29-yard line, 1st and 10. Handoff Slaby. Straight up the middle. Dragging tacklers with him. He's going to pick up about 3 yards on the play. So Crivitz at the 39, or 29, 3 yards. Second down and 7. Slaby coming off the field. Crivitz taking a long time in the huddle. They break. 2nd and 7. Ball in the 32-yard line. Receiver split right and left. I formation behind Atwood. Atwood. Swing pass to the outside. Kwiatkowski gets himself out across the 35 to the 38-yard line. Looks like a gain of about 5 yards on the play. It'll bring up, we're going to make it 6. It'll be 3rd and 1 at the 38-yard line. Atwood gets his team in the huddle. Big third down, 7:44. We might be looking at overtime here in Peshtigo. 13-13 the score. Atwood. Hands off, and stopped in the backfield was Seth Kwiatkowski, and he's going to lose about 4 yards on the play, or 3 yards on the play. It's going to bring up a 4th and 4, just outside the 35-yard line. So it looks like punting time for the Crivitz Wolverines.
Slaby on the sideline too, Mike, with his helmet off, getting a look at the trainer again. It looks like maybe some cramping or possibly a leg injury there. He's kind of limping pretty good.
So, Sessler in punt formation. 6:46 left in the football game. Goki calls for the fair catch at the 34-yard line. So Peshtigo will have it 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line here in the fourth quarter. BPM looks forward to a successful football season for the 2015 Peshtigo Bulldogs. BPM specializes in manufacturing fine papers for the printing industry and the production of flexible packaging papers for the food and candy industries. All the best to the Peshtigo football players and coaches from BPM. Phil in the gun. Pass. Romanesco caught it at the 35. And he's tackled right there at the 38-yard line. Looked more promising than it really was. Still a pickup of about 4 yards. just like a run in this offense out of the spread. 2nd down and 6. Again, receivers, 2 right, 2 left. Goki in the backfield. Clock is running, 6:10 to go in the football game. High snap again. Goki gets to the outside across the 45. There is a flag. He gets to the 50-yard line. Flag is lying down at the 39-yard line, right about the line of scrimmage, holding against Peshtigo. That will be a 10-yard penalty, and that'll mark it back. It'll be 2nd and 16, because that penalty was right about the line of scrimmage. Goki was already past that blocker, and the flag came out. So, 2nd and long. See if Peshtigo decides to go to the air. Clock is running. Under 6 minutes. Phil looking. Barking the signals. Again a high snap. Keeps it to the right side. Gets around the right side. Gets some running room. He's going to pick up the 1st down as Justin Thill shucked a tackler, Nicholas Chapman, in the backfield. Once he got around there, he had some running room. He gained about 16 yards, and he picks up a 1st down. 1st and 10 for Peshtigo at their own 46-yard line. Clock continues to roll, 5:33. Phil has trips to the left. Pass complete to May. Across the 50 to the 45. Stiff arms a defender out of bounds. That'll be Sessler, who knocked him out of bounds at the 47-yard line. Gain of 12 yards through the air on that little out pass. And it's 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs, this time at the 42-yard line. So they're in Crivitz territory on the march. Drive started on the 34. Peshtigo. Snap to Phil. Back to pass. Across the middle. He tried for number 11, Heineck, and that pass falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10 at the 43-yard line. And now we have a whistle. We have an equipment problem, so that'll take just a second. And we're ready to go. 5:11 remains in the football game. Peshtigo, 2nd and 10 at the 43 of the Crivitz Wolverines. And, no, it's a fake. And with it is Thill. Thill is dropped after a gain of about 5 yards. Chapman coming off. Actually, coming off the field, O'Hearn. Looks like he got stepped on. He's kind of limping a little bit. 5-yard pickup. It'll be 3rd down and 5 at the 37. Referee says somebody has to come out. There must be, looks like another equipment problem. So it's 3rd and 5. Phil gets the play from the sidelines. Everybody looks at the wristbands. He barks his signals. Handoff, Goki up the middle, has the 1st down. Drags tacklers across the 35 down to the 30. He's inside the 30 to the 29. That's a gain of about 8 yards on the play. And a 1st down for the Bulldogs. They're at the 29. 4:15 and counting. Phil looks to pass. In trouble. Throws it. Incomplete. Intended for Isaac Ellie. And that's incomplete. 2nd down and 10 at the 29-yard line. It's just inside the 30. Now they Actually, they're going to put it right on the 30. Thill gets his play. Looks across the defense. He tries the left side, and he's stopped. And coming across to make the stop was Sam Spink. A nice play in the backfield. That's a loss of about 5 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd and 15 at the 35-yard line. So a big play for Peshtigo with 3:40 and counting. 4-down territory for the Peshtigo Bulldogs, or at least you would think so.
This is where Peshtigo is really dangerous. They got that great passing attack here, and watch for Romanesco down here on the near side.
Trips to the right. Handoff in the backfield. And stops is Goki. Another loss of 3 yards on the play. So they didn't go to the air. It'll bring up 4th down. And Nicholas Chapman comes across with the stop. So it's 4th and long, and now it's decision time for Peshtigo as the ball rests at about the 38-yard line. It looks like the punt team is coming on, but with Goki back there in punt formation, anything can happen. He goes running around and decides when he wants to kick it, and if he sees something nice, he can run it. But he's standing at the 50-yard line. We have 2:45 left to go in the football game, so overtime a distinct possibility. Goki gets the kick in the air. And it's straight up in the air. And it's going to go out of bounds somewhere near the 20-yard line. It's across the field, and the referee says we'll call it the 20-yard line. And it's 1st and 10 for Crivitz at the 20-yard line with 2:30 exactly remaining in the football game. Call M&M Irrigation and Property Maintenance today for all your irrigation, lawn care, and snow plowing needs. M&M Irrigation offers free estimates on new underground sprinkler systems or expansions or repairs to your existing system. Call today, 715-927-6378, or visit mmirrigationsllc.com. Crivitz hands it off. Slaby straight up the middle. Good yardage. Actually, Nicholas Chapman, he's going to gain about 7 yards on the play. Chapman we'll give him 8 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 2. Clock continues to roll. Let's see if Crivitz decides that they'll play for overtime. We're getting near that 2-minute mark. 13-13 the score. Peshtigo and Crivitz. Atwood under center. He's back to pass. He's in trouble. Rolling. And he's going to be sacked back at the 15-yard line. Atwood is dropped at the 15-yard line with 1:41 to go. And Peshtigo is going to take a timeout. 1:41 remaining in the football game. We're tied at 13. Back after this on Hits 96.
What kind of insurance are you looking for? Stop looking and let Town & Community Insurance Agency, LLC, look for you. Town & Community Insurance Agency has access to a variety of different types of insurance, such as auto, homeowners, business, life, health, farm, motorcycle, and watercraft. Available through plenty of different companies to get you the best and most cost-efficient insurance for your lifestyle. Feel free to stop in at our new location at 509 Alma Street Pound across from Ace in the Pound Business Plaza. Or call 920-897-5487. That's 920-897-5487.
Peshtigo National Bank, your locally owned independent community bank, supports all local high school sports. Since opening in 1901, they've grown to 5 locations in Peshtigo, Coleman, Oconto Falls, Gillett, and Marinette. Hometown banking with your neighbors and friends, Peshtigo National Bank has proudly served the community for over 100 years. Locally owned community banks support and help fund local projects. Keep your banking local and speak with a representative today. Good luck to all area high school teams from Peshtigo National Bank, member FDIC.
Well, 3rd down and about 18 for the Crivitz Wolverines. Back at about the 15-yard line. Peshtigo took the timeout, trying to save a little time. Hand off to Slaby on the outside. He's only going to gain a yard. And I think we're probably going to have another timeout. It'll be 4th and long. And Peshtigo still has some time. And the coaches come out on the field and it is a timeout. So, Jake, we have 1:33 to go. And that sack really gives Peshtigo a chance to have good field position on this punt.
Absolutely, and I think what the Peshtigo wants to do right here is let them punt the ball. We have a good passing attack. We can get it back down there in the scoring position through the air. And you don't want to take a miscue here and run into the kicker, get a first down or anything like that. So definitely want to just lay back, get the punt, fair catch, get your offense out on the field and go to work. And I'll tell you what, Justin Thill is just the guy you want to have with the ball right now.
The Menominee Maroons survive. They defeat the Kingsford Flivers 27-24. Nathan Nowak, 27 rushes, 247 yards, 3 TDs, 8 of 9 passing for 128. So a good day for the Menominee Maroons and Nathan Nowak. Punting time now for the Crivitz Wolverines. Sessler is back on his goal line. You have Goki and May standing at the 50. The kick is in the air. And it's going to be all of that, and it gets a big Crivitz bounce. Rolls dead at the 30-yard line. Wow, there is a 54-yard punt. And about a 25-yard roll for Sessler. And that gives Peshtigo the football, 1st and 10. Right at the 35-yard line. So I think we'll probably see the air show of Peshtigo.
Well, they can march it down the field. 70 yards is nothing for this team, so Crivitz has to really tighten up if they want to get into this overtime.
Crivitz will rush 4. Everybody else back in pass coverage. Phil checks over the defense. And they hand off straight up the middle. Goki. Loss of 2 on the play.
First one across there, Trevor May for the Crivitz Wolverines, and joined by Alex Zennel. Good tackle by the Wolverines.
2nd down and 12. We are at a minute. Phil back to pass. Complete. It's complete to number 11, Andy Hinnick. Gain of about 9 yards. 3rd and 2. Phil in the gun. Clock running. 38, 37. Handoff. Goki. Gained about 3 yards. 1st and 10 after the gain of 3. 31.4 seconds. The clock will stop until the chains are set. And we are ready to go. Phil back to pass. On the run. In the air. Down the field. Intercepted by Micah Sessler at the 20-yard line. So
what a catch, Mike.
Sessler reached up, I can't think of the guy's name, on the cover of Madden. Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah.
He reached up with one hand backwards and fell on the field. A great interception by Sessler. Micah reached up and gives Crivitz the ball back at the 20-yard line. So barring anything, I think we're going to be looking at overtime with 17.7 seconds to go. So Crivitz comes up to the line of scrimmage. Atwood in the gun. Back to pass. And he's sacked in the backfield. Clock rolling, 10-9. And I think both teams are going to be content to move to the extra session. So we are going to take a quick break as we reset for overtime. 13-13 your score on Hits 96.
Kim Barrett and all the staff of Tri-City Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine of Marinette are committed to get you back to your quality of life. Tri-City Physical Therapy has been in business for over 25 years and specializes in the treatment of shoulder, knee, and back, as well as general physical therapy. Let them help you overcome pain after an injury or disease. Tri-City Therapy in Sports can provide you with the most skilled and personalized rehabilitation treatment plan possible to help you get back on track. Tri-City Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine at 602 Wells Street in Marinette.
Menards is a place to save big money on all your home improvement needs. Whether you're building or remodeling, Menards has everything you need for your home under one roof. From building materials and tools to paint, carpeting, cabinets, and all the finishing touches, you'll find quality products, helpful, friendly service, and delivery 7 days a week. And at Menards, you'll always find the lowest prices and sales, too.
Save big money at Menards.
Find your next truck at Kane, the #1 truck destination north of Green Bay for 2015. From the most dependable full-size pickups on the road, Kane delivers Silverado. Or the most advanced pickup ever, Kane delivers Sierra. Right now, visit Kane in Marinette or Oconto to enter the Chevrolet Packers Ultimate Fan Sweepstakes. Win a 2016 Chevrolet and other great prizes. Over 300 quality vehicles at KaneGM.com, Oconto and Marinette.
Well, Jake, kind of fitting. The two teams tied at 13. We head to overtime.
You know, Mike, so far in this game, and especially in this second half, neither team has been able to just capitalize and put that ball across the goal line. Peshtigo with a great opportunity down here on the right sideline and right side of your radio dial, right at the 2 or 3 yard line, got it even down to the 1 and just couldn't punch it in. Crivitz made a goal line stand there. You know, and vice versa. Crivitz just hasn't been able to move the ball really past the 50-yard line in this entire second half. You know, they're sitting at 108 yards of total offense for 4 quarters. Only 5 first downs. Crivitz needs to find a way here, get the ball right away, get a score. Mike, I'm going to let you explain the overtime rules, being the referee that you are. Okay. Put you on the spot here, pal, and explain them to our listeners.
As long as it's the same in Wisconsin as it is in Michigan, you go to the in Michigan, you go to the 10-yard line and you basically get 4 downs. And whatever happens. If you score, then the other team gets a chance. And you kind of keep going until somebody doesn't score, kind of like the college one, except a little bit closer. And like I said, I'm not sure of the Wisconsin rule in case it's different. Being a Michigan guy, I'm just learning the Wisconsin game. But most of the rules are the same. Coin toss being done. And it looks like it was won by Crivitz. Crivitz is... Okay, the referee's talking. It was kind of hard to say. Crivitz says they'll be on offense and they'll be working from left to right on our radio dial. If I could hear the referee, he was pretty loud here. So both teams are getting set. Okay. And as you look at this one, I mean, both teams it's been kind of hard to gain some yards up the middle. So we'll see what happens with the short field here.
You know, absolutely, Mike. And you look at both teams struggling a little bit here in this second half, and actually since kind of the opening 2 or 3 drives, Crivitz getting a score there late in the the first half, and Peshtigo with their only points coming on their first 2 series. So, you know, right here, short field, Crivitz gets the ball first. I think that gives the Wolverines a little bit of an advantage. If they can pound this in and score, it puts the pressure on the Bulldogs. However, Bulldogs have had a great defense so far tonight, and Crivitz only getting 5 first downs. If they're starting from the 10-yard line, well, Crivitz hasn't done that a whole lot tonight. So, Peshtigo with a good defense here. This has been a battle all game long, and give a lot of credit to the coaching staffs on both teams and the players for really just working so hard tonight. And this is a good ball game, and it looks like
25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Okay, like I said, I wasn't sure what it was anymore, so. We're at the 25-yard line where Peshtigo or Crivitz will have it first and 10. And I believe it's get a first down or 4 plays. So the pitch goes to Slaby around the left side. Has a little running room, gains about 4 or 5 yards on the outside. Yeah, I'm not adept of all the rules in football anymore. If it was basketball, I could explain it. But a gain of 4 yards. It'll be second down and 6. The ball is at about the 21-yard line. 2nd and 6. Atwood brings the team up.
Also, Mike, I want to mention, too, there's no time clock here, so time is not an issue for either team.
Atwood back to pass, looking. Sessler falls down at the 10-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 6. Crivitz getting set up. Coming into the game, Karsten Olson. Leaving will be number 28, Ryan Padgett. 3rd and 6. It is 4-down territory. They'll go on 4th down. This was the Northern Elite. We might think about a field goal.
Absolutely. No doubter from here.
Atwood calls the signals. Pitches. Slaby, right side, has some running room. Turns it up. Gets across the 20. Down to about the 19-yard line. He's going to gain another 2 yards. It'll be 4th and 4 at about the 19. So let's see what Crivitz has up their sleeve. They're getting a call from the sideline, and they're going to take a quick timeout, and we'll take a quick one too and be back in just a moment on Hits 96.
Farmers and Merchants Bank and Trust offers a variety of loan programs, vehicle loans, personal loans, and commercial loans. They do real estate mortgages, offer home equity options, and work with government loan programs. Farmers and Merchants Bank and Trust is here to serve you in 3 locations: Ludington Street in Marinette, Roosevelt Road in Marinette, and Highway 141 in Crivitz. They can show you how to make your banking life easier, save you time, and save you money. Contact them today. Farmers and Merchants Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Bayside Motorsports and Cycle is your full-line service destination, servicing most makes and models of ATVs and motorcycles, from a simple tune-up and oil change to major engine overhauls. Their expanded service department will have you back on your machine fast. Bayside Motorsports and Cycle also specializes in motorcycle and ATV performance work to keep you a step above your competition. Ask about their service specials. Bayside Motorsports and Cycle in Green Bay or at BaysideMotorsports.com.
Overtime continues here at Bulldog Stadium as the Peshtigo Bulldogs and the Crivitz Wolverines are tied at 13-13. It is 4th down and about 4 for Crivitz on their first chance here in the overtime session. They come up to the line of scrimmage. Slaby in the backfield behind Atwood. Receivers right and left. Double tight end. Atwood back to pass. In trouble. Throws it across the middle. Sessler was wide open at about the 5-yard line, and the ball goes right through his hands to the ground. It was thrown a little bit low. Atwood had to get rid of it a little bit quicker than he thought. And so that is it for Crivitz on their first try. And so Peshtigo will take over at the 25-yard line.
I'm going to make mention, too, Mike, that if either defense scores, I think the game is over instantly, as then the offense wouldn't take over unless they didn't make it down to the other end zone, an interception, a fumble return, or something crazy like that. But just so that our viewers or listeners know, a defensive score does win the ball game for the defense.
So here comes the Bulldogs. Phil has Goki behind him in the backfield. Spread offense. 2 receivers right and left. Heineck and Ellie on the right. Now trips to the left as Ellie goes in motion. Peshtigo waiting. They have the play. Everybody gets set. Phil looking over the defense. Back to pass. Pass is complete to May. Austin May gets about 7 or 8 yards on the pass completion. It'll be 2nd down and 3. We'll give them 7 on that. 2nd and 3. Ball at about the 18-yard line. May hands off. Goki around the left side. Has a first down. Breaks down to about the 10-yard line. And he's going to gain about 8 yards on the play. It'll be first and goal just inside the 10-yard line. So Peshtigo trying to end it. Goki around the left side. He's going to go into the end zone for the touchdown. So Kyle Goki goes off left tackle. 9 yards for the game winner. And Peshtigo is going to win this football game by the final score of 19-13. A great game played by both teams. Overtime was a possibility. That's what happened. Crivitz was stopped on their first set, and Peshtigo was able to get it in on 3 plays. Kyle Goki finished it with a 9-yard run, and Peshtigo has the 19-13 overtime win. We'll take a quick break, get our stats totaled up, and give you the story of this game on Hits 96.
Prestige Auto Body and Truck Repair has over 25 years of experience to make your repairs fast, easy, and worry-free. With around-the-clock towing, electronic estimating, early drop-off, pickup, delivery, and the comfort of knowing Prestige Auto Body and Truck Repair is an iCar Gold Class shop, one of only 25 in the state. Located on the corner of Highway 64 and 180 in Marinette. Call 715-732-4544. That's 715-732-4544 to get your estimate today. Prestige Auto Body and Truck Repair. They take the worry out of your collision repair. Fall is coming up quick. Let the rental department at Crivitz Lumber help you get your lawn winter ready. Pick up your hardware, lumber, and paint to finish up those spring projects you put off all summer. Crivitz Lumber can have you ready for the holiday season. Check out the variety of household appliances. Don't let the snow sneak up on you. Stop by Crivitz Lumber for help designing and planning your projects. Crivitz Lumber, located on Main Street in Crivitz. Visit on Facebook or crivitzlumber.com.
Back at Peshtigo, the Peshtigo Bulldogs defeat the Crivitz Wolverines 19-13. The game got started 2 plays in when Kyle Goki got the Bulldogs on the scoreboard with a 60-yard run at the 11:33 mark of the first quarter. Peshtigo led it with the kick 7-0. It was the Bulldogs on their next series coming right back down the field. Justin Thill threw a 47-yard pass completion to Jeremy Van Voren with 5:59 to go in the first quarter. Our score stood at 13-0. Crivitz was finally able to get on the scoreboard in the late in the first quarter with 0.3 seconds to go. Sebastian Atwood hit Tyler Slaby on a swing pass to the right side. He went the rest of the distance, 29 yards for the score, and it was 13-7. At the end of the first quarter, and it would stay that way through the end of the first half. The first drive of the second half was by Crivitz. They went down 66 yards, and they did that in 6 plays, the final play being a Tyler Slaby 30-yard run at 9:06 of the third quarter. We were tied at 13-13. Peshtigo had 2 chances in the second half, got deep down into Crivitz territory, but could not score. And we went to overtime. Crivitz had a 4-and-out on their first possession. Peshtigo took over, and runs of 7 and 8 yards by Kyle Goki gave them a first and goal. Goki then scored on about a 9.5-yard run to end overtime on the final of 19-13. Jake will be back with the statistics for tonight's game after this on Hits 96.
Go west on 180 every holiday to save on cars and trucks every day. You're sure to save a brother when you take that drive west on 180 to the riverside. You get to the roundabout, make sure you yield. You don't go straight cause it's all cornfields. Just turn left when you see that sign. Come on in to the riverside. We'll find what you're looking for. Just show up at our front door. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks, no overhead seats, you big bucks, come take a ride. If you dare, out with the cows in the country air. You save big money on your next ride when you see your friends at Riverside. From the west, take 64 until you get to our front door in Marinette. You're sure to save a bundle when you take that drive. One way or another, get to Riverside. One way or another, get to Riverside.
19-13. Peshtigo gets the win over Crivitz with the tail of the tape. Here's Jake.
All right, for the Crivitz Wolverines tonight, falling on the short end here in an overtime thriller and a battle between both teams all night long. Sebastian Atwood, 2 of 12 from the air, 44 yards and a touchdown pass. Tyler Slaby, 19 carries, 84 yards and a rushing touchdown. Micah Sessler, 1 catch for 15 yards, and Tyler Slaby, that 29-yard reception on a screen pass in the first half. And going over to the Peshtigo Bulldogs, Justin Thill, 15 of 23 for 234 yards, a touchdown and a pick. Kyle Goki, 19 carries, 133 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 in the overtime to put the victory on the Bulldogs. Jake Romanesco, 6 catches, 98 yards tonight. Austin May, 5 catches for 58 yards. And Van Born, 1 catch for that big 47-yard touchdown for the Bulldogs. You know, tonight, so for the Bulldogs, Justin Thill, 6 different receivers that he hit. The grunt of the catch is going to Romanesco and Austin May. 4 other receivers getting 1 catch tonight. And honestly, on the paper, Mike, this was dominated by Peshtigo, but it was a battle back and forth. Crivitz never gave up. Peshtigo with 419 yards of total offense here tonight. And it just, you look at over at the Crivitz side, 114 yards on 52 plays. So paper-wise, should have been a blowout for Peshtigo.
Yeah, Peshtigo was able to move the ball fairly consistently. Crivitz stiffened when they had to, but in the end it was the Peshtigo Bulldogs winning in overtime, 19-13. Next week our microphones will be in Wasaki as Peshtigo takes on Wasaki. Jake and I will be there. Kickoff set for 7 o'clock at Wasaki. So once again, our final score in overtime, Peshtigo 19, Crivitz 13. For Jake Scrivens, I'm Mike Lyons. Good night, everyone.
M&O Conference Sports broadcasts are brought to you by Badger Credit Union, North Honda Motorsports, American Family Insurance, Pat Robbins Agent, Bayshore Credit Union, Riverside Auto, Town and Community Insurance, Prestige Auto Body, Crivitz Lumber, Farmers and Merchants Bank and Trust, Tri-City Physical Therapy, Menominee County Federal Credit Union, Pit Stop Quick Lube, BJ's Heating and Cooling, J&R Auto Parts and Service, Menards, Advanced Motors, Peshtigo National Bank, Kane Chevrolet Buick GMC, Bayside Motorsports, and Thrifty Treasures.